The George Lucas Talk Show, recommended by the New York Times.
That is just a lot of very thinly veiled anti-Semitism looking back at me. This is show and fan base working hand in hand in a way that you don't often see.
Ooh, Planet Scum is your number one favorite network?
It's Planet Scum.
Of course. Of fucking course. Bryson ends the weekly recap with Bryson acting like he's a fucking frontline worker, clocking out at the bumper factory, looking for the change of shift applause. I kid. I'm joking, of course. We love Bryson here, and this is a good week. I don't know if you folks, the chat packers, heard the news, but Donald the motherfucking Trump ain't gonna be motherfucking president no more. Now, often, as I get ready for the George Lucas Talk Show every week, I debate whether to order a corned beef sandwich or a pastrami sandwich. And I wait to order until roughly 45 minutes before the show goes live so that I can eat the sandwich on camera and thus make it a write-off, a work expense. And I couldn't decide this week. And then I thought to myself, well, wait a second. It's a very special week here in America. Why not do both? Motherfuckers. Donald Trump is gone. And I got pastrami and corned beef this week. So I want to get these shows started so I don't have to be the only one speaking so that I can start a fucking eating. Let's check out the hashtags, okay? Because here's the thing. This is a live talk show, but we cannot physically be together. So we need you to make up for the lack of audience noise with a lot of excitement in the chat and a lot of posting on other social media sites. Hashtag American Grimirin. American.
It's sweaty. Keep moving on.
Oh boy. Hashtag Life Day with the Cranks. Hashtag the Mad TV DeLorean. Hashtag Amara Zachracheri. Hashtag Cara Duncanville. Hashtag the last JEDI. I mean, that one fundamentally doesn't work. When you put a period in a hashtag, the hashtag is over. Patrick Kottner warned Watto. He said, you better bring a towel for this week's hashtags because they're sweaty. I got the sandwich to eat. Let's start the show.
George Lucas, creator of Star Wars. Welcome to the George Lucas Talk Show. Watto, it's very good to see you after what was a very long week.
A long week, but I think we can all say on balance, a good week.
Yeah. I'll say this about Nazis.
Yeah. No good, very bad, don't do it.
Yeah. They can always be defeated. They never go away, but they never win. They always lose.
That's the annoying thing about Nazis is they do always come back for sequels.
Yeah, because life goes on. So that's why in life there are many sequels, and you might not get to be in all of them, but the hope is to keep making sequels. I'm
having a lot of trouble getting the lid on the cup this week. Can we say, one could even go as far as to say that life is nothing but a series of sequels?
Yeah, life is a series of sequels. Occasionally, life is a prequel.
Well, that's yesterday. You know, your past is a prequel.
Past is prequel, as they say.
The future is the sequel.
Yeah.
So today is just franchise management.
But I was reviewing some things that we might put up in the Museum of Narrative Art.
Congrats!
One of the pieces that I think, I don't know whether we'll get it. We might get it. This is Andy Warhol, The New Spirit. This is from a Disney short. Disney are the people who own Star Wars, and
no, I'm familiar. They own me too.
George,
what?
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Sometimes it feels like when you show stuff on the stream, it's the same reason that Watto buys sandwiches during the show. So you can just keep going now.
Sometimes it feels like you make an entrance before it's your time because you just can't wait, just like you did your little vocal cameo in the prologue.
What a surprise that the face of late stage capitalism himself thinks he can accuse others of tax shenanigans.
Yeah. Patrick is certainly, for all his good qualities, he's a reminder that we have a lot more work to do.
A lot more work to do. And of course, we should announce that Patrick has a new nickname this week.
That's right.
He's had many nicknames in the past. Pig Trick Oink Oink. Snack Trick Nap Snore.
Quack Trick Luck Duck.
Rat Trick Pat the Rat. Patatouille. But this week, he goes by a new name. 4 Seasons.
Landscaping
Cup.
Patrick, come on into the stream. We miss you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Also, Patrick, Watto just realized he left his freezer open, so buffer.
Great. Okay, yeah, I'll buffer. George, show me this.
Yeah, so The New Spirit. Have you ever seen The New Spirit?
No.
Patrick? The New Spirit is it's a Disney short from the 1940s after the U.S. joined World War II. And it was actually a propaganda film for the U.S. government in which Donald Duck wants to help his country out. Yeah. And he learns that the way he can do that is by paying his income tax, which was a new thing at the time.
Oh, okay.
And he doesn't want to pay his income tax. And he learns that to pay your income tax is patriotic. So essentially, it is a film about a Donald who is a duck who pays his taxes because that's the patriotic thing to do.
Got it.
And now we have a Donald who is a lame duck who's very likely to be indicted for tax fraud because he hasn't.
Yeah. And also, we have a duck who's accusing us of tax shenanigans.
Guys, we should bring in our guests, guys.
Already?
Yeah. It's 8:15. Bring them in. Hot show.
Do our guests know how the first segment of the show now works?
I'll let you let them know, Watto.
We've now started because this is an artisanal, handmade talk show. This isn't any of that factory line shit you're seeing on network television.
Yeah.
This is farm to talk show.
Yeah.
StreamYard to chat show.
Sure.
So we ask our guests to type in the private chat how they would like to be introduced. And Watto, as the announcer / sidekick / flying space crew, will read whatever our 2 wonderful guests type into the chat.
And it can be serious. It can be a joke. It can be whatever you want it to be.
Deathly serious.
It can be deathly serious.
deathly serious, but also this is a great time to laugh.
Right.
We love to laugh.
We leave it up to our guests to dictate the tone.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch Saturday Night Live last night?
Oh,
yeah.
Did I ever? I had my action.
Strong evidence that people are ready to laugh because they were throwing a lot of laughs at objectively.
Yeah.
This
I had my action
material.
figures out.
What?
Do you have the Saturday Night Live action figure playset?
George, you were playing along with the TV as Shay and Jost were on air. You were playing along with your Tina and Amy figures.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't make. I don't know why there's so many. I get so frustrated because there's so many more figures that they haven't put out yet.
Yeah,
those are two of the only ones.
There's no Rich Hall action figure.
Boy, Patrick, we were both running towards the exact same joke. Ladies and gentlemen, he got there first. What can I say? Beaten by a veteran man. Ladies and gentlemen, our first guest is Rex featuring 34.5 Euros. And our second guest is the most dangerous woman in Hollywood. She has only washed her hair one time this week. You guess what it was. And is also the author of the new book, Little Miss Compton, Arden Myrin.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
I didn't know I had to include my name also. I figured you would say that too.
We never said
You've given us a gift this week. We've all been able to put a cherry on top of a fine week. You get to introduce yourself however you goddamn want.
I loved it. It has been such a glorious day. The Four Seasons news conference.
It's the best thing in the world. It's the funniest. I genuinely think it's the funniest thing in the last 4 years.
The sheer fact that it was next to a porn shop, right?
A porn shop and a crematorium.
Adult bookstore, crematorium, which I mean, it's not overwritten. It's perfect writing.
And that they stuck to it. They committed to it, and they were like, "No, we meant this. We meant Four Seasons landscaping."
I believe it's been pointed out that across the street from this location there was an event venue that would have been stately and dignified that they could have easily walked across the street and held their event from there.
It's so good.
If there's one thing that this administration deserves credit for, it's when they're wrong about something, they really commit to it.
Yeah.
From beginning to end, from grab him by the puss. It's like, yeah, I said that. What? It's like, and then you have the chef's kiss of the Four Seasons landscaping. Like, yeah, we booked this, dicks. It's like, oh, slow clap.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're great improvisers. They always commit and double down on their choices. They follow the funny and see how far they can heighten.
Yeah. So
and they always anytime you correct them, they go, yes, of course that's what I meant to do. And also put bleach into your veins.
It's so
good. A more critical view would be that they released the 1977 cut and they never fix it. You know?
I think let's get to the serious discussion right off the bat.
Absolutely.
Why
Absolutely.
Not?
Yeah.
What are our theories on how the Four Seasons landscaping snafu happened? Because the key detail is 5 minutes in between Trump tweeting, press conference at Four Seasons, delete, and then immediate repost Four Seasons landscaping. Do we think they miscommunicated it to him? Do we think he told them Four Seasons, tweeted it, and then they told him this is the best we got? Do you think it was his misunderstanding or their failing to book or something else entirely?
I think he was like, I need a Four Seasons, something classy. So some ding dong is like, we got it, Mr. Trump, we got it. And then I think he was like, yeah, we did. I'm gonna put my dick out there, like, oh shit, hey, you fucking poor Democrats. I'm gonna be at the Four Seasons, poor dogs. You want money? Here's the money. And they're like, President Trump is actually, we fucked up. It's for like the intern got it. It's Four Seasons landscaping. He said, that's what I meant. I meant that. That's what I think. I think it was a mistake.
I think it might have been an Apple Maps situation. Sometimes when you type in on Apple Maps, it doesn't give you what you wanted. It gives you a kind of similar thing.
I like that theory a lot.
I love it.
It's also possible that Borat 3 is already into production.
It really feels like in California yesterday, we had a double rainbow. Like, it feels like the world got its sense of humor and some sense of playback in this dumpster fire of a year. Yeah, like it was it's great.
Maybe the best thing about it was that the call for the presidency happened like 5 or 6 minutes before the press conference was supposed to happen. So it really felt like it created such a marvelous contrast because their disaster was being overshadowed by a much more important thing. So they very much were like the comedic subplot of the day.
Yeah.
Now, from a storytelling standpoint, it's like we have this very heavy and important story, which is about who is going to win the election, who will be the next president. And they're like, well, we need something like a runner. We need like a comedic runner to balance out this very regal and important tale. And like, well, why don't we have...
C-3PO is a god. It's a funny misunderstanding.
Yes.
Yeah. Where were you all when you... I mean, like, I feel like I'll never forget the moment when I found out about the Four Seasons landscape. Like, where were you when you heard this bit of comedic genius, Zach?
I think I was on Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think I saw people talking about it before I knew what had happened, and I had to kind of catch up to it, you know?
I know I saw Sarah Benacasa doing some Four Seasons Twitter thing, and then I knew something had happened, but I had to, and then my brother texted me the link that the Veep writers said that like Donald Trump had basically outpunched up any season they could have written that is better than anything they could have written as a final season after that.
Now I'm happy to say that Lead Light in the chat says she found out on my Twitter. So
oh my God! Yeah, Lead Light.
Fake news. Here, this is something that truly just hit me in the last 2 minutes while the two of you were talking. That was yesterday. You said, Arden, like, where were you when it happened? And I started like racking my brain. I was like, what? Which day of the week was that? Thursday or Friday? Like, how many days ago? No, that was the longest 24 hours ever. But for once, for good reasons. Like usually when a day is long, you're just like, when will it let up? Yesterday was just gift after gift after gift.
I slept for 11 hours last night. It was almost like, the sweet release of like, and it wasn't like interrupted by night terrors. It just was like, I just passed out hard.
Yeah. Now, but I think we can all acknowledge the next month and a half are not going to be fun.
No.
It might be fun. We don't know yet. It could be fun.
Clear.
I mean,
Patrick, where were you? What were you doing when you heard the news?
I think I was on my phone too. George, you and I were on the phone when CNN called it.
The Four Seasons Twitter, though. The Four Seasons.
No, I know. I believe I was on my Twitter in my room. I think that's where I was.
I'm embarrassed. I'm almost embarrassed to say what I was doing while I was on the phone with Patrick because I saw the Four Seasons thing and I thought, well, that's interesting, and that of course made me think 4. Well, I should watch Star Wars Episode 4. So I watched Star Wars. I was watching Star Wars when it happened.
Wait, but you said you heard 4 seasons, and that made you want to watch Star Wars.
Right?
So how are you already watching Star Wars when you found out?
No, I started when I saw that he mentioned 4 seasons. That was about 5 minutes before the presidential announcement. I thought 4 seasons. What else has 4 in it? Episode 4, A New Hope.
Before he deleted the tweet, I see.
Right.
Yeah, and then that was when it was announced. And I thought, well, that's good because it's like I'm watching Star Wars and good things are happening.
You look great, George. I love your outfit. You look great.
Thank you so much.
What part of the world do you live in these days?
I'm in Marin County. I've been at the ranch, Skywalker Ranch.
Great.
George, you should show Arden your jacket.
Yeah, turn around. Do it well for Arden. She complimented you.
All
right.
Stand up. Stand up.
Wait. Oh. How much did that cost you to either make or get your hands on? Or do you just get that for free because you're George Lucas?
No, I had it when we were making the movie.
Yeah,
this
sure.
Was like the crew jacket, so it was just part of the budget. It was just factored in.
Let's say I wanted to give that as a gift. How much might that cost me if I wanted to send that to Watto?
Well over $200. Well over $200. So,
like hypothetically, if a comedian wanted to buy that off of eBay,
well over $200.
Worth it.
I've heard it up near 275 is where I've heard it near.
Yeah, that's not even. I would not qualify that as well over 200. I would qualify that as a little under 3.
Yeah, that feels like it basically feels like 3 with tax. It feels like $300.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
So somebody just said that Leah Thompson said all the crew hated the jackets. That's Giacomo 20 said that.
Now, Watto, we also just lost George. I'm not sure where he went, but I think this means you run the show now. I think that's line of succession.
Chain of command. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not you. And if I leave, it's Zach. I guarantee you it's Zach.
Yeah, for sure.
Zach has, and Arden, only because Zach has been on this show several times.
I understand. I'm not the person you want to put in charge. I'm a sidekick.
I want to assure you, you are next after Zach before Patrick.
Thank you so much. I needed that.
Right. Then it goes Bryson. Then it goes Dave. Then it goes Dave's twins. We aren't verbal yet, but the two of them together, I think.
Look at this guy. He's back.
Yeah.
He's back.
Wow.
George, what happened?
Are you okay, George? Are you having a stroke? Do you smell toast? Do you taste pennies? What's happening?
Are you gonna let me in?
You're in.
You're in.
I don't see myself. I don't see myself. I don't believe I'm live.
George, you're here, buddy.
He's flattering. We see you, George. We see you, beautiful George.
I don't think I'm on the
stream. We see you for exactly who you are.
We see you, George. We all see you.
It says I'm backstage. It says only the host can see me. I'm the host.
You're not backstage.
You need to be careful.
You're eating something. You're chewing something. I can see you.
I'll take them off and put them back. Here we go.
Oh, thanks. Thank you, Pam. No, T. Anderson. Pam, not Anderson. There we go. Yeah. I just learned how to read.
Yeah. George left again. We're moving on. George is
furious that he didn't see him.
I'm worried that George has gone tubing, so to speak.
That's what I was worried about. He was approaching tubing rapidly.
Yeah.
Now hold on a second. We've been for multiple weeks. We've been asking for a gone tubing bumper when we think someone is at risk of tubing, and this bumper has yet to arrive because it feels like that's something you should have on hand.
As in like tubing in a river, or is this a Star Wars thing?
Well, it's a play on words like tubing in a river. I've gone tubing.
Love it.
The joke is it's like Jeffrey Tubin jerking off on a live stream.
Oh, I love it. Yes, I get it. I get it. That was so like, oh, I'm a fancy New York. That was also a gift. That was a gift like the Four Seasons. Like the fancy New Yorker guy fully jerking it. Like, of course.
Yeah, it was the beginning. It was the beginning of the world turning around to be good.
We needed that. We needed some break in reality to get. He needed to jerk off in front of his colleagues to make the world right.
He had to do it.
It's also Jeffrey Tubin was also someone who wrote quite dismissively about Monica Lewinsky during the 90s. Wrote in a way that was very very judgmental, very harsh. Something that I think a young person doesn't deserve from someone who has a big megaphone.
Yeah,
and in a way he contributed. Yes, he contributed to shaming this person who would then be defined by these actions for the rest of her life. She'd have to live with that, and it was a real struggle. And now, ironically, at the late stage of his own career, this is what he will be remembered for.
Please let her write an op-ed just shaming him in the New York Times. She's giving TED Talks and stuff.
Because, George, we do have a new bumper that I want to show off.
A new bumper. A new bumper from the bumper factory?
It's fresh from the bumper factory. A few weeks ago, we did a fundraiser for Fair Fight, the Stacey Abrams, Georgia charity that raised a lot of money for them. And since it was...
And I think it's worth talking through the chronology of what happened in this election, because the Trump campaign nickname for their re-election machine was the Death Star. They called themselves the Death Star, despite the fact that the Death Star famously always gets blown up by the good guys at the end of a movie.
Yes.
There's not a single movie where that doesn't happen, where the Death Star always blows up. And
also, despite the fact that the people who make and operate the Death Star are space Nazis. Always a good sign when people self-identify or get defensive about the space Nazi.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't blow up.
They nicknamed their operation after a machine of
George.
It doesn't blow up in Rogue One. In Rogue One, it hangs out for a while.
It's strong.
Yeah, but but it will blow up. That Death Star will blow up. Rogue One is basically just chapter 1 of chapter 4.
So like a first term.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
It's an opening stanza.
George, continue with the chronology so we can show this bumper.
Oh wait, are we running short on time, Patrick?
George, what are you eating?
Yeah, what are you eating, George?
I'm eating grapes. I'm famously diabetic, and so these are a fun snack for me in celebration.
Gotcha.
I love that.
So
he's very
we used to
into,
do
like,
these shows.
tropical fruit.
Yeah,
I've seen every single Star Wars movie because, like, I grew up with an older brother, and from my 4th birthday, I've literally seen every single one. And I'm not certain I could really tell you the story of anything. That being said,
that's my job. That's my job. I'm glad you can't tell me the story because that's my job to tell you the story.
I was the only girl. Like, it was like 88 male cousins and me, and they would always try to make me be Leia, who is a badass, but I wanted to be Chewbacca.
Right.
Well, now, Watto, that noise was close, but Arden, can you do a Chewbacca noise?
No, I don't think you want to hear this voice into your headphones. No, I don't think I can. Nobody wants to.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
It's not great.
The spirit of
it's not bad.
Yeah, the Wookiee. I love that Wookiee.
George, give us the bullet points of these chronology here.
All right. So we used to do this show as a live show in a theater, but of course, because the Trump administration so badly mishandled this pandemic, theaters are on hold for at least another year, probably. So we had to start doing these live streams as a result of that.
Also, I'm sorry, but also I did a one-man show and not permanently closed to UCB. That was the other factor.
That's true.
Watto was one of the last shows before UCB.
I left for 1 month to work on my museum, and when I came back, there was no shows to be had.
Yeah.
And
bullshit. Then thank you to people who were nice with my Wookiee impression. I appreciate you. Okay, bye.
Yes.
It's so good. People are going to start sampling your Wookiee and putting it into club mixes when they want to do that.
I need my Bandito bullets.
Yeah.
Let's get a clean one. Can we get a clean Wookiee?
Yeah.
It's
gonna be great. Okay, I'm 5'4". I'm 5'3". Picture this. Picture me in full. I dressed up for you assholes. Did I get the part? Did you put a pin in me?
I think you got it.
Did you put a pin in me? Great.
Absolutely.
I needed this. I've got nothing happening.
If anyone can do some fan art of Arden as a Wookiee that has sound, like a little 5-second video, be really, really great. So anyway,
theater closed. Theater's not there anymore.
Yeah. So we started doing live streams.
Chronology. Yeah.
We started doing live streams for charity to raise money to try to help people. And last month, our fundraiser was for Fair Fight Action in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And now the Death Star has blown up. And the margin in Georgia is so close that I think we can reasonably, a lot of people helped contribute, but everyone who helped push it over the line,
Yeah.
What we raised $7,000. What did we raise?
I think it was more than that. I think it was like 8. Yeah. But now we have this bumper that we can show to celebrate. Here we go. You ready?
We are going to fight to make sure every voice is heard.
George Lucas saved America.
That's great.
I met her once. I was on a show called Insatiable, and it filmed there, and Alyssa Milano was on it, and we went to whenever she was giving a speech when she was campaigning, and she was very exciting and wonderful, just everything you want Stacey Abrams to be.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's rad.
Yeah.
I met Cory Booker a couple times.
Was he nice?
A couple times.
Yeah, he was nice.
Why?
That's exciting.
I just felt like I needed to contribute to this part of the conversation.
Wait, I'm not fancy. I was just near fancy, but I was not fancy.
Me either.
Why more than once, Zach?
He would come speak at a thing that I worked at every summer.
Got it.
What was the thing that you worked
at? What'd you work at?
I worked for a nonprofit that did. This was not the point of this.
What'd you work at?
I worked at a nonprofit that worked with high school juniors, and he would come talk to them. We did like college prep stuff with them, and he would come talk to them every summer.
All right. Patrick, can you make me full screen quickly?
Yeah, hang on one sec. Here we go.
I saw former New York Mayor Ed Koch at the Clearview Chelsea movie theater seeing Shame opening night, the movie with Michael Fassbender's fonts. That's true. I saw him there opening night with bells on. He was excited for that.
What did he think?
Was that the movie where his giant ween was out?
It's like opening shot. Opening shot is him walking towards the camera.
Tubin. He went
He's
tubin.
clapping. Full tubin. It's
also-
like a tubin where the camera tilts down so you get the clean shot.
I've never seen it, but I heard he has a huge wang, right?
Huge wang. Ed Koch
But
loves it.
also,
Right.
that movie came out fairly recently, 2012.
Yeah.
Right. And Koch died maybe 2 years later.
So
Koch was
you
like-
shut
They
down
killed
the
him.
UTV
90
theater,
years old at that point.
and you shut
Absolutely.
down Ed Koch.
Yes.
But
He
that's what
never
killed him.
recovered. He never recovered from this shots. He couldn't get over it.
I couldn't
Right.
believe the size of that wing.
Now,
Right,
Zach,
But it also-
I mean, it wasn't entirely flaccid, but that thing wasn't hard. Like he kept on sort of reeling over it.
It was a full-blown half chop.
Yeah.
Not only did he never recover, it took that long to finish him off. You know what I mean? It really
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like
It was
he spent all of that
slow.
time processing it as the enormity of it dawned on him.
Yeah.
Slow and
Only
cheap.
when he fully considered and contemplated it that he was at peace.
That's so
He
great.
let
I
go.
love that for him.
That is nice.
it was 2 years because it came out December 2011 and he
Yeah.
died February 2013. So it was really like a year and 3 months, year and 2
So how
months.
many months per
Yeah.
inch is that? How many months per
Oh.
inch?
How many? What? It was 13 months.
MPI. Zach wants to know MPI.
Yeah, I want to know the MPI on that.
I think it was
Yeah.
14 months. 14 months, Wada.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it
14
was about a month per inch, I
About a
think.
month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what
Alright.
I've heard, yeah.
7
Yeah.
months per testicle.
Zach, you're
Yeah.
saying you wanted something to contribute to this part of the conversation. And I feel like you do have something to contribute to the political stuff that
Absolutely.
happens.
Absolutely, Zach.
That's an interesting theory, and I can't agree.
You can't agree.
I mean, I
Patrick's
voted.
about to play a video that we are hoping will go viral.
Oh, you're gonna play a video. Okay.
We hope this goes
We're hoping
viral.
that we are
Here we
hoping
go,
that if
Zach.
ever a video deserved to go viral, it was this
Zach,
one.
you contributed so much to this election. We're about to see why.
Great. I'm excited.
Don't flip! Yeah! Hey! Don't flip! Yeah! Hey! Don't flip! Yeah! Hey! Don't flip! Yeah! Hey! Don't flip! Yeah!
Not bad. You flipped all those states, Zach.
I guess I forgot I did that. So I did contribute quite a bit. I forgot I had done that.
Can I ask Zach a question?
Yes.
Zach, were you on Crashing?
I was, yeah.
You were so good on that. I loved you. I was
Oh, thank
obsessed
you.
with you. You were so funny.
Thank you.
Zach,
Chicken
do you have
wing.
any chicken wings in your apartment right now?
No, I actually I went vegan like 8 months ago, so I've left
What?
that life behind me.
What? Why? What?
Was this for the what was your journey towards veganism?
What's your journey?
Okay, let's talk about the chronology of this.
Yes.
So, an improv
Tell me,
teammate of
like-
mine.
Why would you do that?
Why would I do that? I mean, that pastrami does look good. I literally watched the movie Game Changers on Netflix and pretty much never looked back.
I don't know that movie.
It's like about how vegans can be strong and
I love that.
bicycle really well.
I'm not going to do it. I was about to ask you a question and I'm not going to do. Oh, no. Okay.
Now's the time, Arden. Ask
Well,
away.
that was because I became obsessed with you. And then you popped up on another show. What? Like you were regular on another. I'm just looking up because I hate when people do this to me. They're like, "Where do I know you from?" And then
We
you're
love
like,
looking at IMDb's.
"I'm looking right now. I'm going to IMDb right
Buzz.
now."
Here comes a swarm of those IMDb's.
Well, now
No, because you were so good. I really loved Crashing. I thought Lauren is one of my good friends. I just
Yeah.
thought you were great. I thought Artie Lang was great.
It was
Like
fun.
I just thought
Arden,
everybody. It was so good.
Arden and Zach, you guys have a connection.
What do
Yeah,
we?
do you know what your connection is?
You've
No.
both been Soderbergh movies.
Ah.
Well, I was in The Informant. What were you in?
You were in The Informant. You forgot the
Right.
exclamation point.
Oh yeah, I was in The Informant.
Yeah.
I was in Unsane.
Was it fun?
It was the iPhone. It was the movie he shot on iPhones, so it was a little weird. And no one told me it was going to be shot on iPhones until I got.
You're like,
Did you-
where's the? Why aren't we setting it up?
Yeah.
Oh my
Did
god,
you
you were
ever-
great. Succession. I was so excited that you were in Succession.
Oh, yeah. That was also
obsessed with that show.
Yeah,
such a fan of yours. Such a fan.
You're realizing the thing that our regular viewers learned months ago, which is every dish is better with a cherry on top.
It's so true. It's so true.
Zach, when you were filming your scenes, were there ever times when you thought you were filming a scene and it turned out that Soderbergh was just taking a call?
Yeah, sometimes it was for I was on the phone with his niece or stuff like that. It was hard to tell what was going on.
Sometimes he was just playing Angry Birds.
Yeah.
Zach, no, go ahead, Arden.
I mean, I'll stop fangirling.
Don't stop. Never stop.
You really punched through the screen on Crashing. You really were. And I say this, like, I hate when people say stuff like that. Like, I wasn't familiar with you beforehand. And so I'm like, why do I know this person? Who the fuck is this? Like, why isn't this my friend? I love this guy. Like, I want him to be in everything. And then when I saw you in Succession, I was like, yeah, he does it again, like killing it. You must live in New York.
I live in New York, yeah.
Let me just say, just keep doing what you're doing. So talented. I love it. You seem like a nice person.
Well, Gary's still out.
Hang on, Zach. I'm just gonna talk to you for a second. Hang on.
Okay.
Zach, you gotta say something nice to Arden.
Well, I mean, I can. I literally just listened to your episode of Doughboys, Arden. Oh, can she not hear me?
Wait till she's back.
Guys, what happened? You're talking shit about me or what?
No, can I just say something? Can I say something quickly?
Yeah.
Arden, you were so good on Doughboys recently. I had to get this off my chest. Yeah. I thought your episode of No, Zach, this is my opinion. Arden, you were so good at Doughboys, and I want you to remember that I was the one who reached out to give you that compliment.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? You want me to meet you by the fucking water slides and tell you that I fucking love you, Watto? Are you kidding me? I will meet you at any dunk dome anytime between here and D'Angelo's. You think I'm not gonna fucking be your no rain shall fall on Watto? Are you kidding me? Please.
No, Watto shall fall on Watto.
Anyway, Zach, what were you going to say?
Yeah,
I was just going to sort of amplify that opinion.
Oh.
And I had actually already said it. I can't tell if you really couldn't hear us, but I did just listen to your episode of Doughboys, and it was great. It was so fun.
Oh, my God. Thank you so much. I've never done Doughboys. I love chain restaurants. I am a hungry girl who loves flavor. And I loved my Cheesecake Factory experience. And I have to say, and then I was happy to bring back like East Coast, I'm from Rhode Island, just getting like the salty dog out there, just doing what we got to do.
Can I talk to Arden for a second?
Oh, yeah, sure. Hang on one.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, Art. So you really like chain restaurants?
I love a chain restaurant.
Do you like Chili's?
Are you kidding me?
Oh,
let's
dish. What do you like at Chili's?
It was the first time growing up in Rhode Island. That was basically like if you got married, you're gonna go like have your reception at Chili's. Like that's like the fanciest night out you could have. Yeah. It was the first time I'd had like a fajita. I had never had Mexican food, and I'm like, now I know, but like growing up, I'm like
the absolute best.
I'm still thrilled to have like a sizzling platter of a fajita. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And then like the quesadilla explosion salad. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at an Awesome Blossom.
How could you be mad at it?
Why would I be mad at an Awesome Blossom?
Yeah.
I will still crave, like, I do both the steak and the chicken. And I'm sorry to Zach, I'm not vegan. I get the mixed platter. I don't share. I'm going to eat all of it. I'm sorry, Zach. I'm an anemic girl. I need iron.
They will do substitutions if you want a non-meat option.
I don't want a mushroom. Give me the fucking steak.
Yeah, you can get a bean patty. But they will cater to that. It's not front loaded. Like if you go to their menu, you won't necessarily see it available on the app. It's not, but they can make substitutions for you.
What do you love?
There's nothing that I don't love, but sometimes I'll get a burger with a bean patty.
Are you vegan?
I'm not vegan, but sometimes I'll choose for a healthier choice. I'm trying to make smart choices.
I mean, I need to make smarter choices in my life, but I gotta say, it's not going to be at Chili's. Oh, I love Chili's.
No, you can make a smart choice at Chili's.
No, I mean, I'm not going to make a smart choice.
I see. You're going to be tempted.
I will.
It's too tempting.
Yeah, I'll make smart choices elsewhere, but I'm not going to make smart choices at Chili's.
George, I'm so sorry to hop in, but I need to say a lot of people in the chat are noticing that it seems like one of your fire alarms at Skywalker Ranch keeps chirping.
And it could be a droid, right?
You could
It might
go
be a droid.
pull the battery out of that. That was great, George.
Is it a droid? It's probably a droid. It's probably a droid.
It might be a droid. I might be.
It's probably a droid.
Might be Howard the Duck and his little chirp, chirp.
Let's say I wanted to buy that for Zach. How much might that cost me?
Well, here's the thing with all these things. I was saying this before, Arden, that what a comedian had told me was that if you buy a Howard the Duck jacket for $275, but then you wear it frequently, each time you wear it, the cost becomes less per wear. And for instance, if you're going to wear it for a monthly show, once you've worn it twice, you can sort of split that in half, and then you wear it a third time. Now it's a thirds. And then if you upgrade to a weekly show, then very quickly it starts to get closer and closer to being like $1 per show. You know,
George, you got to go fix that. George.
That's good.
So you got to do 270. You got to do like 300 shows.
Yeah.
But we've probably without exaggeration done 200 hours of content during this quarantine, so it's probably
I know, me too. Constant content.
Probably like $1 an hour.
Who would have thought? Yeah, you can't stop us, COVID. You think I can't make content hiding in my elephant bunker? You think hiding in my bunker I can't make content? I'm gonna make content. Don't kid yourself.
How is LA? Are you getting to go walk around places? Are you sticking at home? What's your take on this?
Let me be real with you. LA is not to be trusted. Everybody's trash. Everybody, I'm certain that I know probably is COVID. So I don't trust actors in general. I enjoy them. I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. They cannot, they need attention. I don't trust it. I don't want to come do your live podcast in your house. You're telling me it's COVID safe. Why? It's in your house. So I'm not doing it. So I'm just like the girl in the bubble. I go walking around and stuff, but like I've got like 4 friends that I will have, not even. Basically, Lauren Lapkus comes to my yard and we sit far apart and we have meals like we did all afternoon. Yeah. That's the person I trust because she's as psycho as I am. I've been tested 8 times. She's been tested 8 times. We don't get close. We don't share food, and that's how I'm doing it. But everybody's just acting like there's no COVID.
Yeah,
Wato's not going fucking anywhere.
Yeah, me either. I'm Team Arden on this one.
You're in a safe space here with a bunch of people who are rightfully terrified of a pandemic.
It's an invisible virus. I've seen you on your Instagram private thing with 88 people in your house.
Yeah.
I know you didn't get tested this morning. I know you've been flying all over. I'm not gonna hang out with you.
We're getting a lot.
I think we all say that. I'm not gonna hang out with you.
I'm not gonna hang out with you. I'll put on a cute outfit between my sweatpants. I washed my hair once this week for you guys. I washed it today because it was so disgusting.
I want to get a clean read from everybody on that line.
This is my garage. I made it. I made my garage. I turned it into a podcast studio. This is not wallpaper. There's soundproofing. It's fabric.
Wow. Absolutely.
Is that horses and elephants?
It's got, let's see. I got an elephant. I've got a horse. Yes, I have a horse.
Yeah.
There's a bird.
Yeah, there's a few birds.
I lit a candle for you suckers.
Oh my goodness.
I really set the mood. I hid all the trash on the floor. I'm clean. I put on a balloon sleeve instead of my depression sweatpants. I'm treating it like I'm at a cotillion.
So you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, Patrick.
Arden, I need to point out.
Yes.
You said that you feel like the girl in the bubble. Podcast from your bunker.
Yes.
But you were in Bubble Boy.
I know. I was a cult member. I was the head Lorraine. I
had full circle.
It's my Oprah full circle moment. I was in Bubble Boy. I was in Bubble Boy.
You are in the bubble. Now you are Bubble.
Oh my God, now I'm Jake Gyllenhaal. Now I'm Jake. Finally, I'm Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Finally. Do you want to know what I spent my money on this year, George?
No. Yeah,
I'd
love to.
This will make you feel better about what you didn't spend, but somebody might spend on that jacket. I know you got it because it was crew merch. Right. I know, and I'm not trying to put. I had a book come out during the pandemic. Here's my book.
Plug away.
Little Miss Compton. Right there, she is. There she is. There it is. So I had.
How many pages we talking? How many pages?
There's photos in it. There's photos. It's a fast read. You think I'm going to write a really long book? Think again. It's 235 pages with photos. That's like, you can read it in like a day or two. But then I had puzzles made with braces.
Wow.
I recreated my 6th grade photo. And I had puzzles made. It says meet the authors. And it's me and my cat Mittens. And I had braces made. Those were $600. So I'm also good with money. I'm also good with money. But look at that. You think my milkshake wasn't bringing all the boys to the yard.
Wow.
Think again. Look at her. She knows she looks good. That's confidence.
So were those braces? That was just for the photo shoot.
Well, I have a follow-up question on the braces.
Yeah, and this is a puzzle. I made a puzzle.
That is amazing.
Do you still have the braces, Arden?
Of course.
Can you go get them? Can you put them in?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yes.
I just want to point out.
I'm in a different building. I'm in my garage, so it'll be a few. I'll be back.
All
right.
When Rob Paulson was on this show promoting his book, I didn't have a copy, so I promoted Nicole Pyer's book, because when Nicole Pyer was on the show promoting her book, I didn't have a copy of her book, so I promoted the RoboCop making of hardcover book. So now that Arden is plugging her book, I want to officially plug Rob Paulson's book.
Great. You better
And
order
now that we're waiting for Arden to get back, I'd like to get clean reads with the gesture full screen of the line, I'm not going to hang out with you, where you're pinching both of your faces like this. You're pinching both sides.
We'll go around the circle. We'll all
go around.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not going to hang out with you.
I'm not going to hang out with you.
I'm not going to hang out with you.
Dave, can you switch it to me?
Are we just going to stay on me?
Stay on that.
I'm not going to hang out with you.
No, I need to get it clean.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hang out with you.
But there was a hair in the gate. We need another take.
I feel like one of the Fooglies from Spy Kids.
Clean.
Clean.
I'm not going to hang out with you. Sorry.
I can't
laugh. It's not funny. We don't want people to get the wrong idea. There's a pandemic.
Back to 1, Patrick.
Back to 1. Reset.
Back to 1.
I'm going to change. I'm going to put something else on screen so I don't have to look at myself.
No.
I'm not going to hang out with you.
You were looking off in an odd angle, I think, because you couldn't see.
No.
Yeah, bring us back. Dave, bring us back. Patrick, we're going to have to try something radical here.
I'm sorry, Lotto, I have a headache. I'm sorry.
You can just deep fake it.
Can you go get some soap?
Don't do that.
Soap?
Yeah. We want it clean. Bryson, if you're watching, we need a new bumper for this segment, Chili's Chat.
That's going to return?
Oh, definitely. It's happened before, and it's actually on us that we haven't had the bumper already. Okay, so Patrick, put those in the back.
Is that
do you have an active bar? Not just, do you have an active bar, Patrick?
That is 40 bars of soap. Do I have an active bar?
An active one that's already been activated, opened, and has some water on it.
I like the term active bar, George.
Yeah. Well, he's bringing in these like unopened packages of soap.
Look at this.
I'm the same
look
brand,
at what a
but
clean
I go
boy
liquid form.
But Zach, that's why you got it in one. That's why we didn't need another take for it.
Find them.
All right. Is it activated? You put water on the soap?
Yeah.
Okay, now rub the soap on your face and build up a lather. Build up a lather.
Build up a lather.
Build up a lather.
I don't think you're supposed to be able to lather without water.
That's why I said make sure there's some water on it.
Okay.
It's a damn lather. A damn lather.
I'm not going to hang out with you.
Just need a little bit of air before the beginning of it.
That's
you just need a little, just a beat.
I'm not going to hang out with you.
All right. Good job.
Arden, let's see him.
Let's see him.
There she is. There she is.
So
there
good.
I mean, come on.
Arden, I'm curious. What does this appliance look like? Like, how does this slide on and off? Is it
It's like a,
sort of Invisalign?
Are you guys gonna be grossed out? It's like a retainer.
Mm.
It's like a retainer.
Got it. Got it.
Wow.
I had a mold made of my mouth, and like a special effects artist handmade tops and bottoms.
Wow,
for me.
great.
That is great.
They're really, I have to say, worth every penny.
Highly recommended.
Highly recommend. 5 stars, worth every penny. Just with the upcoming holiday season, you can make your own puzzles. Like, I actually I actually made different brands. This is the best company because they actually print the photo on top. Puzzle Print is the one that you want.
Yeah.
George, you made a blank puzzle.
I'm going to make a puzzle. That's great advice. I'm right there with you. I'm going to make a puzzle.
You should make a puzzle
during this, George.
Do it live,
maybe I'll
George.
make a puzzle during this.
Great.
Do folks mind while George is making a puzzle? I'd love to jump back a couple segments.
Go ahead.
The segment, of course, a cherry picking, where we pick some of Zach Cherry's greatest accomplishments. Arden was kind of running the table on that segment, listing so many of Zach's best credits.
Hey, Bryson, if we could get a cherry picking bumper, that would be awesome.
Absolutely. Cherry picking. Whenever we pick out Zach's greatest accomplishments. But Arden, you were mostly focusing on Zach's acting work. You were complimenting him a lot on his acting work. So I do think it's important to spotlight. You were saying, Zach, yourself, that you worked at a nonprofit for years. It's good to spotlight some of your humanitarian efforts. But I think it'd be great to bring attention to the fact that not only have you single-handedly helped flip some states from red to blue,
right?
But you also were hugely responsible in defeating one of the great evils in the world.
That's right. Patrick, play the video.
Patrick, can you pull up the link I sent you?
Patrick, play the video.
Yes. Hang on one second. Zach, you did. You brought down one of our greatest problems in 2020.
Absolutely. You defeated it. This is not the link I sent you.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No, there is one where I am the face of
you're
the
right.
failure.
You're right.
You fuck up, Patrick. I sent you a link from the rap. The picture was of Zach. It would have been a fun visual punchline.
Did you kill Quibi?
I did. I killed Quibi.
He pulled the plug.
I had just sold a show to Quibi.
I apologize for what I did.
Why'd you kill Quibi, brah?
I just, I'd had enough.
Do you know that we all just want to watch content only on our phones and during a pandemic?
I thought it was a nice idea, but maybe I'll get a cabinet seat.
I love it.
Well, now Zach, this is bringing up a great point. We haven't gotten your take on the election yet. Are you happy or sick? Are you happy or are you sad with the outcome?
Well, before we get to my take, I was wondering, George, you're a billionaire. You're probably going to get hit with a pretty big tax bill. And Watto, the new administration is going to be way less pro-slavery. So you guys must be kind of worried, right?
But hang on, Zach, this is important.
Yeah.
What is your take on the election this year?
Don't deflect.
I truly don't even understand what do you mean by my
Are
take.
you happy with the outcome or are you sad about the outcome?
With the outcome of the presidential election?
Yeah.
United States?
Yes.
Yeah.
United States.
Yes.
Happy.
You're happy? Because I'm looking at something here. When I'm cherry picking, I'm looking at something that might make you a little sad.
Play the video.
No, Zach. You're Ben Carson and our president.
Well, the good news is that I'd already been phased out of that most.
So fuck them.
Yeah. hadn't really. It's not going to be an issue that much. And hey, who knows what he'll go on to do? Maybe
true.
he'll get a cabinet position.
Yeah,
he might stay on.
That is a very good point.
He's already been approved by the Senate.
You're asking how George feels, but here's the thing. Politico put up an article this week, and George Amato and I have not talked about this. There's an article called Meet the Contenders for Biden's Cabinet, okay? You scroll down. There's a lot of names. There's a lot of names, a lot of faces. And then you get to Secretary of the Treasury, and who's on there?
Melody Hobson, President CEO of Ariel Investments, former chairwoman of DreamWorks Animation, and current wife of George Lucas.
George, she might be in the cabinet. How do you feel about that? George, we don't hear you.
I think you're on mute, George.
George, this is a mess, George.
He's doing his puzzle.
Yeah. All right, we'll leave him out of it then.
Silent puzzle making.
Watto, how do you think he feels about it?
I mean, look, this is but watching George talk without anything coming out is somehow very funny. Look, I think George was such a workaholic for so long, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And he's been enjoying his retirement, but he married a younger woman. He married a woman who is still in the prime of her money-making years. You know, it's easy for George to sit back and say, I already made my billions. You know, Melody made like what, 1-2 billion? That's not
lame.
Right. She's got to get her face out there some more.
George,
are you okay?
Oh my gosh.
What is?
It's never been this bad, and I'm so sorry, Zach.
I'm not sure he's aware he's on camera right now.
Yeah, he's fully gonna go tubing.
Play the tubing bumper.
Fully tubing. Gone tubing.
Fine, we'll come back. Oh, wait, what did you guys want us to play?
Gone tubing. Gone tubing.
At least Pee Wee Herman was in an X-rated movie theater.
Wow.
What is that quote from?
Who is that soundbite?
I don't know.
It's amazing.
That is OJ responding to Jeffrey Tubin.
Great.
Right.
I did see that.
Tubin.
OJ
because right. Tubin wrote what was it called? The Race of His Life or whatever, the big book. Yes.
Yeah.
Arden, we're in 2020 right now. We're all in quarantine.
Yes.
And a lot of people. Yes, George, we can hear you.
All right. So what should the puzzle be? I've been asking for 5 minutes. What should I draw on this puzzle?
Jesus Christ.
Zach, draw Zach.
Draw
Zach.
All right.
Draw Zach and Arden. Make it a limited edition puzzle for this episode.
Yes.
A
Limited
living monument
edition.
to this.
A living monument. A tribute puzzle.
Yeah.
Love it.
Arden, what I was going to ask is, it's 2020, and I feel like during quarantine there have been a lot of like people catching up, actors telling us where their characters are now, or what the shows would do during quarantine, what characters are like now. And I want to know, where do you think Student from In and Out is in 2020?
You want to know what's funny? Student from In and Out. She's definitely a Karen. She's a full Karen. She's living like, she's disappointed. She's newly divorced.
Okay.
Life didn't turn out. It's not exactly as she'd hoped. She bought into a TCBY franchise somewhere that's like gone under. She didn't see like the different kinds of yogurts coming. She didn't know that people were going to want to go into like a sugar-free diet situation. Yeah. She voted for Trump because her ex-husband voted for Trump. And she actually has just started a jam band with some of the other it's called the Karens. Karen Squared. Look, I tried to I actually phone banked her. I called her and I was like, student number one, you really he doesn't have your best interest. And she was hearing none of it. She was like, no. Wow. Gary really liked him. And even though
is she still living in the small town in Massachusetts?
It was New Jersey. We filmed it in New Jersey. So I don't know where it took place, but She has to move back home because of the divorce. Like they haven't settled it all. But yes, she is back in Massachusetts, living with her parents. And
Greenleaf, Indiana.
Greenleaf, and when I say Massachusetts, that's the nickname for the town that is Greenleaf, Indiana. And I gotta say, it's like she's got a little bit of a wine, like she's like a wine alcoholic.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
But at least she's got the outlet of her jam band. So she's on the market. She's just signed up for the apps, and she's ready. She is DTF and wearing some pleated khakis.
Now, everyone watching, I want to make sure that gets into the IMDb trivia.
Great.
For where students now.
Patrick, I just sent you a piece of fan art, but I want to make sure that you don't choose to show something entirely different instead.
I will show
this. The fan art I just sent you is very relevant to this show, and will make our guests happy, and will get a laugh from our audience. There we go.
Wow. Yes! Look at that. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. It looks great. I love that. I needed that.
You got to make that a puzzle, Arden.
I do have to make that a puzzle. And I like that my hair could almost just like weave right into the costume and like be one linked piece. Like,
we actually got some other fan art. Hang on one second. Let me pull this up. This is from Matthew Friedley. That's Arthur Bandolier on.
Wow. Oh my God. This is amazing.
There was one more Goop Goop. Oh, it's Watto eating both of his sandwiches.
God, this
with
is really...
one sandwich with both meats. It's got pastrami and corned beef.
You have the most talented viewers. My goodness.
Yeah.
They're fast.
They're fast.
Arden, Frank Oz directed In and Out. How was that?
Well, I worked on it for one day.
Great.
And I actually still get paid for it, but they actually ran out of time. So I never actually filmed anything, but the craft service was great.
That's good. Okay.
I believe it was the first set I was on, maybe. And New Jersey looked great. I was in some high school auditorium, and I was a high school student. I was in high school, and he seemed nice. I didn't get mic'd or filmed, and it felt great.
Wow. Yeah. Were you going to have lines or a part or anything, or was
I had a couple lines? I had a couple lines.
Wow.
I still get paid because I was in the credits. So yeah, I had a couple lines, and they just ran out. They kept pushing it. It was like you have like a 7 a.m. call, and they like get you ready, and they're like, okay. They just kept pushing the scene till the end of this, and then it didn't happen.
I got to say, I appreciate you having such a rich answer for what that character is up to today, considering that character was never committed to filming.
Yeah, no, nobody ever, and nobody even knows who the character is. You don't even know what I look like.
Do you
know exactly who she is.
But I could have been like a total hippie on screen, like a really sweet liberal gal who became a complete Karen. You don't know because it was up to me. It was as a thespian. I knew.
It's right in there. Yeah.
Should we give her a name?
Yes.
Anybody have suggestions? Or Arden, you can suggest.
I believe it should be Welto.
Yeah. First name or last name or both name?
One name, like Cher.
I was going to say Welto too.
Yeah, Welto.
Welto the Karen sounds like a Star Wars character.
Now, I had a similar first on-set experience, which is if you check my IMDb, I'm listed in the special thanks of a I forget his name. Oliver Stone's son made a really low budget horror movie.
Sean
Stone. I worked at Princeton University at the time. It was as my summer job. My boss knew I loved movies. He was like, "Hey, they need background people." I went down there. They put me in a costume, I had a bird mask on or something.
Yeah.
Yep, Greystone Park. And similarly, they just kept going, "Oh, in a second." They kept making me change costumes. But everyone else but me was used.
Yes.
And I just got shuffled around until 3 a.m. and then I went home. But I got a special thanks.
Now, let me bring up something interesting about this movie really quick. You scroll down, director Sean Stone, starring Sean Stone as a man named Sean.
Wow.
Scroll down even further.
Oliver Stone as a man named Oliver.
Wow.
Yes.
Can I see what Sean Stone looks like? Can you show me his photo?
Yeah. Hang on 1 second.
How old is Sean Stone? What are we talking about here?
Zach, you know him. You're friends with him, Zach.
We are good friends. and he does look
1984
like
he was
that.
born.
All right, great. I love this.
Oh, he plays Jim Garrison's son in JFK.
Oh wow.
And he's young Jim Morrison in The Doors.
Yeah,
And
he
he's
told me
Donald
about
Nixon
that.
and Nixon.
Wow.
Donald.
And he's
Nixon.
Fraternity Pledge in W, a movie I watched last night.
You watched Nixon yesterday too.
I also watched Nixon yesterday.
Wow.
Big day.
Wow.
It was a big Sean Stone day in the Cotton
Wow.
House.
So,
That's how
so
you
you're
do it.
telling me you spent your Saturday getting stoned?
Mhm.
He also watched the movie Dick.
That's true.
My
But
friend wrote that. My friend wrote that and directed
Really?
it.
I really
Great
liked it.
movie.
He also wrote and directed The Craft. Fun fact. And
Wow.
he co-wrote and directed Hamlet too. All really cool, weird, very different movies from one another.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a
he's rad.
That's an interesting, weird, fun career.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like a bunch of different kinds of movies. I like that.
Yeah.
Now,
Patrick
Arden,
couldn't stop talking about how much he liked the movie Dick yesterday.
it's true.
This
George,
is gonna be like, I love Dick.
I can vouch for it. I can vouch for it. He was really like, and I said, yeah, it's a fun movie. And he's like, I want to keep talking about it. And I
Yeah,
said, Patrick, there's a new president, like a big thing. He's like, I want to talk about this movie.
I wish
You
there
know
had been
what?
a
It's a great
sequel
movie.
because I need more Dick.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell my friend Andy that you guys all are paying tribute to Dick because he loved Dick and he loved the experience of filming Dick.
yes.
Is that
Tell
what
him.
that book and that show I Love Dick is about? Is it
It
about
is.
people like
It's
Patrick
about
who
it.
love that movie?
It is. It's about it's Catherine Keener. No, not Catherine Keener. Catherine
Han.
Starr.
Oh,
Isn't
Han.
Han in it, right?
Catherine
yes.
Hahn is playing Patrick.
Yes.
Seeing on election day in the future, seeing
Yeah.
Dick for the first time. She is playing Patrick watching Dick. That's it.
it was ahead of its time. I'm realizing, that would be a very easy thing to pull off, Arden, is a George Lucas talk show Dick reunion. Because you
Yes.
have your friends, the right director, and then very easy to book Kirsten Dunst, Michelle Williams, Ryan Reynolds, Will
Will
Ferrell.
Very easy. Very easy.
Easy booking.
Yes, easy. He was the one that was hard to get.
Yeah.
No one in that movie went on to do anything.
No, nothing. Nothing.
No.
You guys should marathon it and slow it down so it lasts like 20 hours.
Chopped and
Yes.
Watch the
screwed
whole
Dick.
thing.
Zach,
Yeah.
don't suggest that because they will
Oh.
make us do that.
Oh, okay. It's just kind of a
I
good
like
idea.
it.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Zach, now you have something in common with George and I
Yeah.
because in an episode of High Maintenance, you played Diabetic Man.
Yeah, I did.
How was that?
Is there any follow-ups?
No, George and I are both famously diabetic.
Yes,
so I
yes,
just
yes.
wanted
I'm
to-
aware. I'm aware.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a fun experience. It was based on a true story.
Yeah.
That for real, the guy Ben Sinclair, who stars on the show and
Quite
writes
a lot
it,
of Bens.
co-writes it, he told me he one time encountered a diabetic man who needed him to get him ice cream.
Wow.
My dad was diabetic.
How was that?
He didn't really take good care of himself.
Sure.
I would say it would have gone better for him probably if he'd laid off the ice cream. I would imagine.
Yeah.
Probably he might have had a better run.
I don't know what the correct follow-up question is to that, but I feel like how was that might not have been the right answer.
I loved it. No, it's fine. He was more self-sabotage. He was like, I love cake and I'm going to commit to that.
Sure.
Now he had, if I remember correctly, he had some unique food habits. Something about leaving something on top of the fridge. That was your dad, right?
Yes, my dad. Yes, he would age bologna sandwiches. So he would make a sandwich in the morning, then age it at night. And he was so obsessed with sweets that he would he would buy giant dinner plate sized cookies at the ice cream parlor. And then we found this hammer on the counter, and I was like, we put it away. It was like a rusty old hammer. And then I heard, God damn it! Who moved my cookie hammer? And we were like, what? And then it turned out this gentleman, Willie Marine, was he was aging the cookies also on top of the fridge to the point where they were so hard that he would have to smash them with a hammer, and then he would dunk them in tea because it would slow down his eating of it. And you can read all about that and more in my new book, Little Miss Little Compton. Excuse you. If you like fun and you like people eating cookies with hammers, don't fucking fight that madness. She's going to find you. Look at her. She knows what's up.
Forward by Debbie Ryan.
Look, Chelsea Handler even was like, that's good. Look, we got Amy Schumer's like, oh, yeah, this is what's up. Zach Galifianakis is like, what's up, dicks? Read this, assholes. That's what all their quotes say.
Those are 3 good pull quotes.
Molly Shannon, don't kid yourself.
Those are good.
Now, I like, people were typing in the chat Cookie Hammer before you even said Cookie Hammer, like it was your free bird.
Cookie Hammer. And he was also
Did you ever tell that story on In and Out? Did you ever tell that story to Frank? I feel like he would have liked that.
You know what? When Frank and he had actually liked to go, he would show me his storyboards and just be like, just go over the shots, just run by me. Just he like to get just like a second opinion and be like, yeah, that looks good, or I might alter that a little. And then I was like, it's funny. I see you're having a cookie. My dad also loved cookies. He would age them and eat them with a rusty hammer. I mean, and that's when he decided not to mic me after that.
Yeah.
Frank, are you George? Are you all right? Are you drawing?
Yeah, I'm good. I made one mistake so far, but it's all right. I think I covered for it.
We've all made mistakes. I've made so many mistakes.
Not me. I'm a perfect person.
You are.
That's true, Watto.
I'm looking insanely. I can't find a picture of Cookie Monster with a hand. Oh, we got one.
Wow.
Hang on. Here we go. Here's a real Frank Oz cookie hammer.
Cookie hammer.
It's an ornament.
Oh, that's a cookie hammer.
There's your Frank Oz cookie hammer right there.
Wow. Okay. That is a Frank Oz cookie hammer.
Can I request a piece of fan art?
Yeah, sure.
Because we like to create characters and add them to our menagerie here in the George Lucas Talk Show.
Sure.
I want to request Cookie Hammer, the mashup of Cookie Monster and MC Hammer.
Yeah.
I want someone to make me Cookie Monster with the parachute pants.
I love this.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I love this.
George is busy, but Arden, you and George also have a connection.
I love this.
George, do you remember what it was?
Yeah, we were both guest stars on Just Shoot Me.
Okay. That's right. Yes. I played the other woman to Rebecca Romaine as David Spade's nerdy dream girl, and I wore a t-shirt that said Spock Rocks on it, and then there was an ad that ran like during the height of Seinfeld that said, would you leave Rebecca Romaine Stamos for this woman? And it was me. And it was me like, oh. I played TV Unfuckable for so many years, and let me tell you, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
Whenever I saw like Lonely Crazy Virgin, like that's when I was like, oh, I got this. And then when that was when I was a redhead, and then when I became blonde, Mad TV made me a blonde. Then I became like, I'll sleep with her, but then I became like the Isla Fisher Wedding Crasher stalker. Like I slept with her, but she now like breaks into my apartment. Like it's that.
Wait, let's go through some and you tell me if they are unfuckable.
Great.
Okay, here we go. Hang on one sec. Oh, wait.
I'll say either unfuckable, fuckable, or stalker.
And throw some of mine in there too, and I'll say the same.
Sure. Brenda from Friends.
Oh, she actually was like the straight man. I thought that Courtney Cox was hitting on me, and I kicked Courtney Cox in the face by accident while rehearsing, with like a chunky early aughts Steve Madden boot. Also in my book. There we go.
Young Hipster 1 from Horace and Pete.
Unfuckable.
Okay. Miss Nude Reno #1 from Reno 911.
I would say fuckable.
Okay.
But runner-up. I was runner-up though. So how about stalker? We'll put, because I was the runner-up. I'll put stalker.
Duncan from Search Party.
Fuckable.
Definitely.
Claude from Gilmore Girls.
Fuckable. Probably stalker. I was like a bad friend.
Okay. Party Goer 4, The Big Stick.
Unfuckable.
Okay.
And stalker. Unfuckable stalker.
Tough but fair.
Now
Tough
here's
but fair.
Jenna Luttrell from True Jackson VP.
Fuckable.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. Had hair extensions put in for it.
Zach Cherry from The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
Fuckable.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Watto.
Whoa, wow. Whoa. Okay, whoa.
Watto. Somebody play the tubing bumper for Watto.
Whoa.
I guess I'm tilted right now.
At least Pee Wee Herman was in an X-rated movie theater.
Had a good time tubing there. Just a quick little tubing.
Oh,
We are not done, Watto. We are not done. Jasmine Breeze from Hot in Cleveland.
Fuckable. I was a porn star.
Great. Oh, there we go. Tyrone Paris from An Evening with Beverly Loughlin.
Fuckable. Fucked in the movie.
Whoa!
Wow. Yes. Great.
Female sketch player from Michael and Michael Have Issues.
Unfuckable. Unfuckable.
Across all roles?
All of them. Everything.
Humble in that. You played so many different parts.
I played so many different parts, all of them not to be fucked.
Yeah.
Wow.
By any Michael in Ian Black or Showalter. Never to be fucked.
And they have issues. I mean, those guys.
They had issues and they still wouldn't fuck her.
Wow.
Now
Yeah.
this is a big one, and it's someone we've already brought up. Ben Carson from our Cartoon President.
I don't know. Does he have kids?
Stalker.
That's for
Yeah. You know what? Stalker. I agree.
All right, we'll do two more each.
Am I on the stream?
Yes, you are, George.
Yes, George.
Ooh, Arden, here's one. Emily from Kinsey.
Oh, it was literally in the trailer of I was like the most broken the most broken virgin in America. It was me and John Krasinski. And it was like
Famous Virgin, John Krasinski.
Famous Virgin. We were like the most two broken virgins. And that's when they were like, whoa, these people really don't know about fucking America needs to study because of these two unfuckable.
Wow.
Like in the trailer. I think I said the phrase, it's like I'm dead down there in the trailer next to Krasinski.
Wow.
Look at the trailer. I think I say the phrase, I'm dead down there.
Here we go. Hang on 1 second.
That's when my redhead. I was still a redhead. Mad TV had to purchase me and blonded me up.
Here we go.
Okay.
Speaking of Big Wang, he's supposed to have a big wang.
Oh, the biggest. Like an Evian.
There I am. That's me.
I've learned that the gap.
Is there another one?
We assume
Yeah.
people do sexually.
We're just gonna watch this whole trailer.
So he just asked our favorite position. I said there's more than one.
How young were
That's what I
you?
just
First
said.
experience hugging, necking, petting. What did you dream about? That's why a study of this kind is so important. All we have is what people like you are willing to share with us. Does suppressing
2 or 3 times
no, only once.
a day. I think about my cat
Lead to stuttering.
a lot.
So, if you're sitting comfortably there, let's begin. In an uninhibited society, a 12-year-old would know most of the biology, but I will have to give you informal lectures.
Whoa.
Dr. Kinsey's findings are shocking. Are you surprised at the success of your book? No, it shows that the world has wanted it done. And Dr. Kinsey. Yeah. Hoover is still annoyed that he won't help
Trying to find-
I think I'm at the very end.
Very end. Oh,
I think it is.
Single mention of love.
this be it?
Answer, isn't it? But sex raises a lot.
This is so hard to hear through the earphones. Well, just know at some point I say the phrase, it's like I'm dead down there.
Great.
To Liam Neeson while sitting next to John Krasinski.
Kinsey reunion. We got to do a Kinsey reunion.
Kinsey reunion. Nobody's doing anything.
Patrick, I
okay.
cannot believe you did not let the Kinsey trailer play out in full. We were
It was so long. It was so long.
close to being the only talk show that lets you watch the entirety of the 2004
I'm so glad you stopped. I started to panic.
So close to getting
okay,
the right.
my last one, because this leads into the next question, is oh shoot, where did it go? Hang on, I want to get the name exactly right. Okay, Daybreak producer from Morning Glory.
By the way, I had a name. I'm gonna say stalker, but I wasn't a full stalker in that. I'm gonna say fuckable, but like a very vanilla fuckable.
Yeah,
and that's
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Morning Glory is the second highest grossing J.J. Abrams Harrison Ford movie.
Wow.
Well, no, Watto is probably 3 now.
Yeah.
3? Oh, you're
Definitely
right.
third
And then
one.
where does Regarding Henry go? It might be 4.
It might be the 4th.
But it's top
Honorable
5.
mention.
My
Top
top
5.
my top stalkers were
Look at these two right here. Look at these
Look at that.
two.
Look at that. I was sitting between Diane Keaton and Harrison Ford when I started talking about Soup Plantation with Diane Keaton, and then Harrison, who allegedly loves it, which I find hard to believe. My love chain restaurants. And then Indiana Jones, and Han Solo perked up and goes, "What is Soup Plantation?" And then I started to, I have social anxiety. So then I'm like looking at fucking like Han Solo going, well, it's like a discount salad bar where you get like, but they have more than salad. They have like potato bar or like frozen yogurt, or you could build like, you get like pizza. And he's like, I could just see like going back into his sarcophagus. It was one of the most panic inducing moments. I didn't know how to get out of the car. And then she bailed on me. Annie Hall bailed on me. It was awful.
I bet he probably. I bet you anything. He probably crashed his plane thinking about that later.
He jerked off for hours. Hours.
Now we have
I
had
could get off my own plane.
George is gone again.
George is enraged. He's like, don't you dare talk about him jerking off to anything but me.
Has George ever said fewer words on an episode of the George Lucas talk show?
He's not even aware whether or not he's live at any given point in time, taking himself on and off camera, muting, unmuting himself.
He honestly is having a stroke. I think he might smell toast.
George, what is happening?
What? What do I hear?
Why do you keep?
I keep losing the signal. It's this damn laptop.
Oh my God.
It's not the laptop's fault.
Go on your phone. Bring up your phone.
You go on your phone. What am I, a damn teenager?
I just love that anytime George is on camera, he's silent. And then anytime he's off camera, he's trying to speak and no one can hear him.
He's enraged.
Mono, do you remember a few months ago, we had someone cut together Harrison Ford saying the phrase previously on Search Party?
Yes.
Wow.
I want to get...
What a civilization.
Can someone get... I'm going to mute that. Can someone cut together Harrison Ford saying, what is Soup Plantation?
Yes. But that's a great request. But Patrick, I don't want us to lose the thread. We still have one final credit to play on the fuckable, unfuckable, or stalker game. I think you have to name one final credit from Zach's filmography. And if you ask me, you want to pick this cherry carefully.
I agree.
Cherry picking.
Oh wow. That was nice and quick.
Hey Bryson, I want a little Zach Cherry head
bite
in there too. I feel like we need a little face. Go on.
And I want fingers to pick the head and go plop.
And I'd love just a few more seconds on that thing. Just kind of extend
like 10
it
seconds. Make it 10 seconds.
Make it 10. A gentleman's 10.
What was the last credit, Watto?
I said you have to pick.
Okay.
It's if we were alternating. Arden, Zach. It has to end on the Zach.
Oh, okay, yeah. Zach, I've got one. Fuckable, non-fuckable, or stalker. Ethan the town gossip from the special without Brett Davis.
Unfuckable. Extremely unfuckable.
We did it. Wow.
Wow,
How would you explain if Harrison Ford looked you in the eye and asked you the phrase, what is Soup Plantation? How would you answer that?
Go ahead, Zach.
All right. Well, first of all, Mr. Ford, it's an honor to be speaking with you. And I would say have you ever been to like Golden Corral, or I would just kind of list off some other, I'd probably go to Google. I'd take my phone out. I'd go, Harrison, look, let me just show you. You can actually a lot of times you can find the interior of the restaurant on here. So you can kind of see the layout, plan your attack, plan which part of the buffet you're going to hit first. You know, so you got
Don't say that to him. He'll crash his plane into the buffet.
You know?
You got to be very careful. If you say to Harrison, you're gonna want to hit the buffet first, he will straight up fly his airplane into the buffet.
The only way he knows how to hit.
George, how would you explain it to Harrison?
I'd say Harrison. Remember when we went to Chili's?
George, you're the only one on camera right now.
Yeah.
You know, George knows I love Chili's. I used to love Soup Plantation. I would steal their cornbread and put it in my purse for later.
Right.
Really living my best life. Things were so good then.
And George, he gets it after that. He says, "You remember when we went to Chili's?"
I mean, if I have to tell him more, I'll just take him there. I'll say, let's get in your plane. Let's fly there.
How about the fact that they never, people are pointing out the rest of the country changed the name to like Sweet Tomatoes, but like liberal California was like, no, we're doubling down on Soup Plantation.
Yeah.
What is that?
Hang on. I feel like let's finish it off because we got mostly everybody. I would say, Harrison, I've never been there. I hear it's good. Have you ever heard of Sweet Tomatoes? And he says, yeah, of course. And then he figures out what it is. Watto?
Yeah.
But how do you think that? When do you think Annie Hall has ever been to a Soup Plantation?
She's quirky, though.
She's quirky.
Yeah, she's fun.
Yeah.
She was fun. She was fun.
Picture her wearing a vest and going there, you know?
Yeah.
May I please give my read of how
Watto, let's hear your read.
Let's hear it, Watto.
In the Taoist religion, the Xi'an are legendary beings whose celestial enlightenment enabled them to transcend human form and achieve immortality. In the southern region of China, a cavern named for these fabled spirits, Xi'an Cave, is where archaeologists discovered pottery dating back to 20,000 BC, the earliest known evidence of cooking bowls used for soup. Requiring a watertight container that resists direct heat, soup was a relatively late innovation in the history of cooking. Originally mostly stocks made from rendered fats, vegetables, and seasonings were later added, and as the concept of soup both spread and was separately invented across the globe, hot, wet variants became staple dishes for virtually every culture. Menudo in Mexico, borscht in Ukraine, tom yum in Thailand, and in Spain, a modification of a dish imported by the Roman Empire, gazpacho. A polarizing chilled soup first made mostly from garlic and olive oil, centuries later it evolved into its contemporary form with the addition of tomatoes, one of many ingredients brought to Europe from the Americas that transformed the continent's cuisines. Spain has established a firm foothold in what Europeans blithely refer to as the New World, including in what is now California by establishing missions, ostensibly to convert Native Americans to Catholicism, but in practice a backdoor arm of colonization. The California missions range from NorCal to SoCal, each named after a saint. And the southernmost branch was named for San Diego of Alcala, canonized for his own missionary work, having led earlier efforts to convert the Aboriginal people of the Spanish-conquered Canary Islands. By the late 18th century, the success of the mission, San Diego of Alcala, saw it grow into the city of San Diego, today colloquially known as the birthplace of California. And nearly 200 years later, in 1978, the city became the birthplace of a budget-friendly buffet chain, serving all-you-can-eat portions of soup, salad, and bread. Founded by a bartender named Dennis J., the concept was bizarrely given a name at the four-man called soup.
I'm going tubing. I'm going tubing.
Where cash crops are produced.
At least Pee Wee Herman was in an X-rated movie theater.
Oh my God.
Can we get that clean, Watto?
Yeah, this problematic brand proved unmarketable elsewhere in the country, so as the company expanded, it's renamed its outside of California locations to a more neutral label that didn't evoke the national shame of slavery. Today, with nearly 100 locations divided between the two brands, these food service missions continue to convert ordinary consumers into disciples of soup. This week on Doughboys, Soup Plantation and Sweet Tomatoes.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Look,
you know, gosh, that really, I felt like I was back in the writer's room breaking an episode of Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
I mean, Watto, you do live on Tatooine, right, Watto?
Yeah.
So you could say that you are something of a heat seeker.
I did live on Tatooine. Now I live in Dakota. But yes, I am something of a heat seeker.
I have I think I have the puzzle done as best I can. It's a rush job.
It's a rush job.
It's a rush job. And I did make a mistake.
Whoa!
Wow!
George.
I love it. Oh my God, I love it.
Better than I expected.
I wish I need that. I wish that was in my house right now.
Hey, George, can you do us a favor?
Yeah.
Can you set up your second unit, crack that puzzle, and make it on camera?
Yeah, absolutely. I apologize. I accidentally drew the can of tab that I have here.
That was the mistake you made?
Yeah.
It's
right in front of me. It's right in front of me, and I.
It's perfect.
What are those orange spheres up at the top?
Two suns.
Oh, the two suns.
Suns, baby.
Yeah.
It's really great. It's so beautiful. Yeah. I honestly have never.
You're a Wookiee, and Zach's a Jedi.
Thank you so much. I've never felt more understood or connected.
And this is the end of an era because Coca-Cola has announced they've stopped making tabs. So this can of tab.
What? Again?
Right. Yeah. Forever this time.
George, you should acquire the brand.
Yeah, I should. You're right. Well, maybe that's one of the things. Maybe I'll tell Melody whenever she gets in there. I'll be like, let's use the Defense Production Act to reopen the tab factory. I don't know. But this is like candy to me. This is a for a famously diabetic person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to drink this tab as a celebration of this week. It's very special to me.
That's great.
My buddy Steve executive produced a movie that had a very famous, probably the most famous cinematic tab joke of all time.
Yes.
Do you remember that, Patrick?
I've got a bad feeling about this.
No, that's the most financially successful joke of all time. But I'll say the most financially successful tab joke of all time was when Marty McFly goes back to the 1950s, goes into a local diner and is trying to request a soft drink. But the kinds of soft drink that he asks for lead to comical misunderstandings because he says, give me a Pepsi free.
Yeah.
And the guy says, because he doesn't know, Pepsi free is something that won't happen until the 80s was a short-lived, it's like a Coke Zero for the 80s. And the guy says, buddy, if you're gonna Pepsi, you're gonna have to pay for it. A classic misunderstanding. He thinks he's asking for a Pepsi without paying for it. And then he says, just give me a tab. And he thinks like setting up a bar tab. But what Marty McFly means, Marty McFly, and this is an aspect of, we obviously know about Marty that his weakness is being called a chicken.
George,
but
I have some fan art, guys.
Patrick, I've been quiet for an hour. Let me say
it.
Oh,
Cookie Hammer.
MC Cookie Hammer.
Very good.
Perfect.
That's
it's
great.
Perfect. I love it. MC Cookie Hammer.
Steve Dressler original.
I need that sent to me. You need to send those. I need everything sent to me.
I will send them to you. Yeah, you're
tagged. So exciting. I'm getting home.
Wait, we actually got multiple cookie hammers. Hang on.
Excuse me.
Here's a Goop Goop cookie hammer.
Wow. You have talented viewers.
Here's a Kevin on video cookie hammer.
Wow. Yeah, you can't touch this.
Oh, man.
You think you can touch this?
Wait, we have one more. Hang on.
Another cookie hammer.
You're too legit to cookie hammer.
Please, Cookie, don't hurt him.
Please, Cookie, don't hurt him.
Chef's kiss.
I like that he's got the hammer in that one.
Oh my gosh, wait a second, guys. We have another cookie hammer. I just keep scrolling and they keep coming.
People are really bringing it tonight. Wow. That's the dad version. I'm loving this.
Let's see if there's any more. Oh my gosh, here's another one.
Oh my God. Wow.
I think that's it.
Really great work.
Can I ask a question about the sweaty hashtags?
Yes.
Where did they come from?
Oh, I made them. Here's a Tim one.
Just like a so good. So good.
They're from the mind of Patrick.
But can I see
the twisted mind?
Can you explain some of them to me?
Yeah, I'll explain them all to you. Hang on one second.
Patrick.
Okay.
Where does the GRA part?
Well, it's an American graffiti.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
It's a Marizakwa cherry.
Got it.
Right.
Arden Myrin.
Gotcha. Okay.
Gramarine.
Asked and answered.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess your full last name is just in there. I guess you just say it the way that it would normally be said. Normally,
Hey,
it's like a
Patrick.
thing to get it right, George. Yes.
Hey, Patrick, do you want to work for Fallon?
Why is that, George?
Because that's a show where they're on a time schedule, so they sometimes will just have to get to the next thing because they have to squeeze their show in an hour. And I didn't know because we moved past. I was explaining the jokes in Back to the Future, and you just cut right past. And I thought, oh, maybe Patrick wants to work for Fallon instead, because that's the kind of show where they don't have the time to luxuriate in something. They just move on to the next thing. And I just thought, are you not happy here? You would rather work for Fallon?
Yeah.
Is that a threat, George?
I'm just asking. I want to know what Patrick wants, because the people in the chat are going crazy, Patrick. I don't know if you're reading. They're going crazy that you left them hanging to cut to fan art, and then we cut to something else, and now you're explaining the hashtags, which happened an hour ago. And I'm not saying we can't do these things, Patrick.
To be fair, Zach asked about the hashtags.
Patrick, you spent all Saturday getting stoned, but it seems like there is one important film in the Oliver Stone filmography that you skipped. And it's a little movie called U-Turn. And that's what you're going to have to perform right now to get back to George's explanation of classic jokes from Back to the Future.
I just felt like if people were only listening to this show, it was a lot of talk radio, and I wanted to move on to the next thing.
Wow, well, that's, yeah.
Zach,
Well,
I want to ask you...
But Patrick, a lot of talk. How is that different from any given Sunday?
I did like the fan art. I'm not gonna lie.
I kind of did want to hear the end of George's explanation.
I know.
Because the meaning of it is that I'm drinking one of the last tabs known to man.
Yes.
I'm making a big sacrifice in celebration. And I'm also setting up this second unit. As he requested. He hasn't even brought the second unit in, so I can't even see how.
I just feel like George has been leaving so much that it feels like he keeps going in and out of the doors.
Uh-huh.
There's not much left. You know, we've pretty much gone through all of them. Here's George's second unit so he can build his puzzle. Hey, Zach, I don't know if you guys have started filming yet, but what's it like playing Dylan on Severance?
Cherry picking.
Perfect.
We're so close.
Perfect.
We're so close. The length is perfect. I still have to ask one final round of notes. A big hand comes and picks Zach's head off of his body.
I can't believe how good these graphics are. I'm wowed by this.
A Gilliam-esque head. That's what we need.
and I love the length and I love the silence at the end. So if I could just get a little more of that.
Give it a little more room to breathe.
Yeah, a little more room at the end.
We're in no rush.
Second unit on and popping.
So this is so George can build the puzzle and we can watch him. Have you started filming yet, Zach?
We have not. Well, I have not. I think. I have not. I'm supposed to start later this month.
Wow.
But Dylan, fuckable.
Fuckable.
Yes. Yes.
How do you feel about getting ready to film? Is that a fun feeling? Is that a spooky feeling? How do you feel?
It definitely felt weird and scary 2 months ago. I have like gone in a couple of times. I don't know. It is what
you were cast quite a while ago, right? I mean, this show was on the runway pre-pandemic, and you just sort of been waiting.
Yeah, we were supposed to start in March, and then it got paused. Obviously,
yeah,
because of
so you were like weeks away from starting,
like days away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what do you do with all this sort of prep work that you had at that point? Because you're sort of like a Daniel Day-Lewis type guy.
Yeah.
You build out and you're living this guy every day.
Yeah.
Were you able to put him on the shelf, so to speak, or have you just been holding on to it?
Yeah, I've been.
I think I auditioned for that. It's so good. Is it? It's like it's a guy that works in like the office and it's very surreal, right?
Yeah, it's like a sci-fi thing.
I auditioned to play his sister, Adam Scott's sister.
Adam Scott. We're talking producer Ben Stiller, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks I look like Adam Scott. There's a lot of like websites like is Arden Myrin Adam Scott?
Wow.
Yeah, if you
There's
look it up,
There's a lot of websites.
there's a few. If you Google it, there's actually more. I remember being like, wait, what?
I did Google Arden Myrin and it's an Adam Scott related.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's a lot of that.
And there's a .com, a .org, a .edu.
Yes, exactly. .tv, .biz.
Yeah.
Patrick.
Yeah.
I know that you're the hand that controls a lot of the way these shots are suggested.
Yes.
And I'm trying. I think I'm a relatively friendly host. I think, I don't. Would you agree? I think I'm pretty cooperative. I'm not some dictator. These aren't the Putin interviews.
Yeah.
Do you think that
these aren't the Putin interviews?
Those are all of the Stone documentaries, Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know that this is not a lucrative gig for you.
Yeah, no.
But we do let you nap whenever you want. So it's not like you're going to get a job on Wall Street. Money never sleeps.
Yeah. You covered.
I love napping. I love napping.
Hey, Arden.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to pull everyone off. We're going to talk about this.
Okay, great.
Our first show that we did back in May, it was a 30-hour show.
Oh
right?
no.
It's live.
So I should go cook dinner now. Okay, great.
Whenever you got to go cook dinner, you can go cook dinner. But I'm saying it has not been 30 hours since. I went to sleep for an hour at like 3 a.m. one night. And ever since then, I love napping. I like napping. Napping's good.
I love napping. I love napping.
Okay, so maybe we can see if they can start calling you some nap nickname, because that's all they call me.
That's fine. Arden Myrin. Scott.
Scott.
Arden Scott.
Guys, we were talking. No, go ahead.
I love napping. I'm very good at napping.
Yeah.
But have you ever napped through? Because he napped through a 2-hour segment on a show, which at
work.
There's no other show that would allow that.
At work on camera. That's it.
At work.
I mean, I've played corpses and stuff.
That's
but that's the job. That's the gig.
Right.
The job.
Sure.
Right.
Did you ever fall asleep when you were playing a corpse?
No, but I found it very comforting to play a corpse.
Yeah.
But that's because you're a pro. You're a pro.
I'm a pro.
Zach, have you ever fallen asleep on camera?
Not that I know of.
Watto, have you ever fallen asleep on camera?
No, baby. Watto's electric. When I'm on that lens, baby, I'm wide open.
Hey, George.
Yeah.
Have you ever fallen asleep on camera?
I did actually.
Yeah, when?
I fell asleep during Hook when I was dancing on the bridge with Carrie.
You fell asleep while you were dancing?
Yeah, we're dancing and kissing.
It's hard to sleep and dance. I love dancing.
I mean, I'll often fall asleep. I fell asleep when I visited the set of Willow. I fall asleep a lot.
That is a real story that we heard. We also, I feel like maybe broke this story a few weeks back, Watto. That
You're doing great with the puzzle. Sorry.
George is in Hook, and he's on a bridge with Carrie Fisher in Hook, and they are making out.
Yeah, I mean, I know that. Everyone knows that. Who didn't know that?
I feel like a lot of people in the chat did not know that.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
Hook's
had
probably
guessed
like the #1 film on Netflix.
Yeah. What did you say?
Look at you go. You're doing great. You're doing great, George. And you have to do it without the benefit of a photo of like the cover. You have to do it from your own brain.
Thank the maker.
George, did you really mix up those pieces, or did you kind of give yourself an easy time?
No, they're mixed up, but it's pretty obvious where like the tab pieces go. Like
we didn't see you mix them up. You could have kind of.
I would really love to own that puzzle.
That's a real mean thing to do, Zach.
Zach, I'm hungry. I have to make dinner,
really
bro.
mean. It was during the part where they weren't letting me talk.
Yeah.
George, I want nothing more than to hear you run down every single joke in Back to the Future. I was not obstructing that.
I'm not blaming you, Patrick. I'm blaming Fred Corvid over here.
I just rewatched Back to the Future.
Great
movie. Can you tell us your favorite joke in Back to the Future?
Don't
just tell it. Explain it.
I mean, when he goes in and he's from the future and
Yeah.
he tries to order, he goes to the diner and he's like, I would like a Pepsi free, right? And like people are like, wait, what? And he's like, no, I want a Pepsi free. Meaning like, I don't want sugar in my soda pop. I want, and they're like, excuse me, I'm not gonna give it to you free because back in the 50s they didn't have that. And then he's like, fine. I'll take like a Coke Zero. And they're like, wait, what? And then he was like, okay, I'll take a tab. And they're like, okay, what do you want? And he's like, I'll take a tab. It was like a classic who's on first. Like they didn't get it. Because they were like, oh, I can't give you a tab until you've chosen something. It was just a classic who's on first.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever wrote that.
Yeah, and it's beyond a who's on first. It's a who's taking care of their health. But in a way that history is not necessarily cognizant of when treated in a non-linear fashion.
Yeah,
you know,
that's exactly right.
We know that Marty McFly, if called a chicken, cannot resist. He must defend his honor. This is one thing that we know about him. We haven't learned it yet. At this point in the saga, we do not know this, that if you call him a chicken, he cannot... whatever he's doing, even if he's trying to prevent himself from being erased from existence, it is his fatal character flaw. It's his weakness. But one thing that we don't really explore is that for a high schooler, he's making sensible choices. He's not just ordering a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi-Cola.
Yeah.
And boy, let me tell you something. The fact that he ultimately does not buy a Pepsi product is not lost on me. Those guys can suck it.
They should suck it. They should probably eat a bag of dicks is what they should do.
Honestly, Pepsi, if that's what they want to do, they should eat a bag of dicks. I'm a Coca-Cola
I'm pretty
fan.
sure they should eat a bag of dicks. Guys,
we all know Pepsi peaked in 1999, the last time Pepsi put out a good product.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Zach,
go make dinner.
have I mixed up these pieces enough for your liking,
George,
Zach?
George, we gotta let Arden go make dinner, George.
Have to let Arden go.
Do you think he can make it fast? I feel like I'm not a good cook. I'm not a good cook. I will probably make some kind of an omelet. I'll definitely have some cheese in there. I'm sorry, Zach.
That sounds good. To be clear, I'm not a vegan for moral reasons, so I have no judgment on.
I'm not a good cook. I'm a simple cook. I wouldn't feed you my food. I would just Postmates us. If I invited you to my home, which I wouldn't,
you won't do it
because it's a pandemic.
I'm not going to hang out with you.
I'm not gonna hang out with you because I
hang out with you.
But I know that you guys are also like freakos like me. Yeah. So maybe you could come to my yard and we could sit like 18 feet away and we could get like DoorDash separate containers. Separate containers.
Yeah. I may have lost some pieces of the puzzle.
Bring a fork. Then you could come, but I won't cook for you, both because I don't want to give you COVID and also because it won't be good.
But I'll say this: sometimes you're alone in your apartment a lot, and a freako like me needs company.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
Arden,
freakos need other freakos.
Thank you for coming on, Arden.
What a journey! Can I just say this? Thank you. This is Wookiee Cooking with Arden. This was truly what I didn't know that I needed to end or begin. What a week. I don't know if I'm ending it or, oh my God, thank you. Oh my God, your viewers are the best.
Everybody loves you.
I can't wait to go to Chili's with everybody. This is the best puzzle I've ever. Your puzzle's better than mine, George, and I spent a lot of money on this.
No, they're equal. They're good friends. These two puzzles.
Not a lot of people saying we love you, Zach.
Well, I'm hanging out for a while.
He's not leaving.
They know they can hold on there, saying how much they love him for later.
Well,
Arden, let's look at that book one more time. Let's
oh my God, book. You guys, it's really fun. It's dark and fun and easy. It's a fast read. It's got photos. I talk about kicking Courtney Cox in the face. I talk about when Debbie Allen told me to act in pain, heifer.
Oh, wow.
She called me a heifer. I loved it.
We're all holding up. Zach, do you have a book to hold up?
I have a birthday card.
Arden's book.
I wrote a book.
Book.
It's my book. I wrote that book too. I wrote all those books. There it is. The 1 Minute Negotiator. That's also my book. That's also my book. I'm like, you gonna give it to me? That's also my book. You're gonna give it to me? I'm negotiating. When did you give it to me? You give it to me? You got 30 seconds left. But you give me your
I don't even need the whole minute there.
Look who wrote this book, Arden.
Hey.
Oh my God. I'm Don. I am actually, my pen name is Don Houston.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Yeah. It's also, my stage name is Adam Scott. You guys, what a journey. What a journey we've all been on.
Yeah.
I wish all of you luck. And guys.
Arden, look at this book. Arden, look at this book.
Just go on Tubin. I'm going to go Tubin, guys.
You're gonna go Tubin?
I'm going Tubin. I'm going to go Tubin. I'm going to go.
At least Pee Wee Herman was in an X-rated movie theater.
Here's a question.
Wow. Bye, Arden.
I have a question.
What?
Do we have to credit OJ as archive footage on IMDb for this episode?
Unfortunately, yes, we do.
Unfortunately, I think we do. What's that, George? What are you telling us?
Bookshop. It's bookshop.org where you can go buy it.
George, what's the MSRP on it, George?
It's 27, but you can get it for $24.84.
Oh.
That's
now,
quite
can I say, I think in the name of fairness, and equal opportunity, we should allow Zach to explain his favorite joke from Back to the Future.
Zach,
okay.
go for it.
Well,
Zach, have I mixed up the pieces enough for your?
Yeah. I'm excited to see the puzzle. My favorite joke is the one, I guess, where Marty is at the diner and he's thirsty, but he wants to watch his figure. So
he's thinking of his health, you know?
What? Yeah, he's thinking of his health. And so he orders, first he orders a Pepsi free, and they're like, well, I'm not going to give it to you for free. You have to pay.
Mm-hmm.
And then he orders a Sprite, and they're like, sir, we don't have any, small fairy, fairy. Is that what a Sprite is?
Yeah, it's a fairy. That's what we call it.
Isn't it like a Sprite, like a little.
George loves fairies.
Like a little Sprite.
I do. Strange Magic. Lousy with them.
There's so many fairies in Strange Magic.
Oh yeah, and then Marty.
You wouldn't believe it. You would go nuts, Zach, if you saw how many fairies there were.
I haven't seen it. Wait, but George, now you were getting upset at Patrick for interrupting when you were trying to explain your favorite joke, and now I'm trying to explain my favorite joke, and you have a lot to say.
No, I'm collaborating. I'm not going to stop you. I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to alley-oop to you.
Well, you threw me off track, and I forgot how it ends.
No, we're like Doc Brown at the end of Back to the Future Part 3. We're on the track, and we don't need it.
Zach, you guys have two sons now.
Me and
George. Because you're like Doc Brown at the end of Back to the Future 3.
Yeah, one of them's flipping off the camera.
Jules and Vern.
Oh, right. Yeah. And
okay,
yeah.
Now, what do you guys say, Zach?
I was going to say my favorite joke from Back to the Future 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the deleted scenes, and it's Marty and Doc are reminiscing about previous stuff they've done together. And
Watto, do you remember that scene?
Yes.
You and Zach should recreate that scene.
I want Zach to finish describing it.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm also happy to act it out if you want. Do you want to act it out? What would you rather do, Zach?
Well, it depends. I think maybe we'll see what it is, and then we can decide if we want to act it out. Because it might not be the one you're thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet Watto could act out any scene from Back to the Future Part 3, and I bet you could too, Zach.
Deleted or undeleted. But let's hear what this scene is.
So they're reminiscing about like stuff they used to do, and they're like, "Do you remember the clock tower? Do you remember the terrorists? Do you remember Chuck Berry?" And they're kind of reviewing stuff. And then Marty tells Doc, Marty's like, "Doc, you weren't there for this part, but when I was looking for you, I got thirsty. I went into a diner and I tried to order a Pepsi Zero." And the reason I like this one better than in the first movie is because Marty can actually provide some context. So he can say like, I tried to order Pepsi Zero, which to me is a health conscious Pepsi free. Well, and then exactly, and Marty got confused because this scene was in 2020, so Pepsi Zero did exist actually. So then he's explaining like, and then I tried to order a tab, and they thought it was a tab, and he says it was a real Who's on First.
Yeah.
Can I just say, excellent choice, Zach, for the best joke in the Back to the Future franchise. And it just goes to show that sometimes you pick the cherries and sometimes the cherry picks you.
Cherry picking.
Now that's close to what we want, but it's not exactly what we want.
Not quite
Very
there.
close.
I think one last round of notes, right?
I think so. But Bryson played that. I did not play that. And I want to be clear, as of right now, the Bumper Factory is open.
Yeah.
George?
So that means, so does that mean there's more bumpers now?
Yeah.
Zach, there's so many bumpers.
Zach, do you want a bumper?
He's on the clock.
Is there a
But
bumper
wait,
you
hang
want
on.
to see, Zach?
No,
George?
I mean, I don't even know what the options are.
Anything.
Limitless.
The sky's the
Limitless.
limit.
Any option.
George Watto, hang on. Zach, before you pick a bumper, I know that Zach is still here.
Yeah.
But it almost feels like the regular show.
Nope.
No.
No.
Fundamentally not the case.
Not true.
By the mere fact that Zach is still here.
So do I have to leave for the show to end?
But I don't
Zach,
want you to
Zach?
leave.
Zach?
No, I'm not saying I'm going to leave. I'm saying, do I have control over the end of the show?
Hey, Zach, I'm gonna pull you off and just talk to George Watto for a second.
Okay.
Right.
Hey, George Watto.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Zach's gone. Zach's not in the waiting room anymore. Oh, no.
I don't believe
What?
that.
Are you? Yeah, okay.
He's gone. He's gone.
No, I saw him. He was there.
No, he's gone now.
What are you up to?
Patrick, what are you doing? Everybody likes Zach being here. Zach doesn't want to go. If we don't have an after show, we don't have to have an after show.
It's a fun time.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Guys, can I
Hey, am I on the show?
Yes, hardcore. Yes.
We can hear you.
You got squatters right, Zach.
Yeah.
Now,
Zach,
can I
you want
share
me to
my
tell you-
favorite joke
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
let's
Watto.
hear it.
in the Back to the Future franchise? I'm sorry, George. I just feel like we have to finish this segment. Okay?
No, what I will do next will continue the segment. Don't finish it. Just
Great.
continue it.
Okay. Okay. I just feel like I need to share my favorite joke for the
I love it.
Interior cafe. Marty saunters out at the phone booth and takes a seat at the counter. A nerdy-looking kid is seated nearby, sipping a soda and reading a comic book. Marty looks at Lou, indicating the address on the phone book page. Can you tell me where 1640 Riverside? Hey, you gonna order something, kid? Sure, yeah, give me a tab. I can't give you the tab unless you order something. Oh, let me have a Pepsi free. Kid, if you want a Pepsi, you gotta pay for it. Well, just, then give me something to drink that doesn't have sugar in it. Lou gives him a look, then puts a cup of coffee in front of him. Marty looks at the bowl of sugar cubes in front of him. Hey, have you got any sweet and low? Sweet and what? Say, kid, you better pay for this right now. Okay. Marty puts down a nickel. That's an expanded version. I think that's from the original shooting draft. I feel like that has some extra lines in it.
Well, that's the deleted scene I was talking about.
Of
What
course.
I love is they know that with Tab, they have a built-in solid joke.
Yeah.
Because of the double meaning.
Yeah.
And then they know with Pepsi Free, if Marty likes Tab, his second choice, it's Pepsi Free. He's looking for a soda, a soft drink with no sugar in it. Then he gets this. Then they're out of soda brands that they can use for comical purposes. So he pushes forward this black coffee, and he says, "Do you have any sweet and low?" Mm-hmm. And at this moment, they realize we do not have a joke that follows the pattern of Tab.
Right.
That's a Tab is something that you use when you're going to be ordering things and paying for them later.
Right. Double meaning.
Cumulatively.
Double meaning.
Right. Pepsi Free sounds like it's a beverage that you're asking for without exchanging currency for the beverage.
Double meaning, like free Pepsi.
But Sweet and Low, for whatever reason, they thought, you know what? We don't need a joke. Let's just end the comedy fun right here.
Yes.
And move on with the movie. We have more Back to the Future coming. This isn't just some movie about sugar-free drinks. He's got to get his parents together. He's got to do whatever.
George, that is pointedly cut out of the movie, the Sweet and Low joke. Yeah. That's what I find fascinating. Because it's not the joke.
Do you have any Sweet and Low? Now let's think. Now, we've had the advantage of many decades. Lots of things have changed since then. What would be a great joke for her to say, do you have any Sweet and Low? What could the 1950s diner manager, or maybe he's just a staff member, I don't know. They don't really get into where he is in the hierarchy of this establishment, whether he's the owner or whether he just works there.
Right. Does he have the authority to order can he go to the supplier and order a new product?
What would Lou think? What would Lou think if Sweet and Low doesn't exist yet? What would Lou think if someone says,
George, I do want to say it is called Lou's Cafe.
But that's a common name. Maybe Lou just hired someone named Lou.
That's true.
And I'll say in the script here, it says Lou, the counterman, spots Marty in his ordered down vest. It doesn't say Lou, the proprietor.
Yeah, well, maybe we don't know. Are there any other employees?
Oh, hang on. According to
Goldie Wilson, Mayor Goldie Wilson works there.
According to the Back to the Future wiki, Lou Carruthers is his full name, and he is the owner of Lou's Cafe and possibly Lou's Aerobic Fitness Center in 1985.
I appreciate you doing the due diligence.
Yes.
Thank you, Patrick. So he owns the place, but he can't order something that hasn't been invented yet.
Oh, hang on, George. This is actually important. Lou Carruthers was portrayed by gravel-voiced comedian Norman Alden, who was 60 years old at the time that he was playing the role of a 1955 restaurateur, which would place Lou's date of birth sometime in the 1895 region. Although Lou's Cafe was later replaced by Lou's Aerobic Fitness Center, Lou would have been 90 years old by 1985 and 120 by 2015, assuming he was still alive by that time. At the start of
I like to think he was.
At the start of 2015, there are no...
What is this? The sketch that Chappelle did about advertising icons that are being fired for racial reasons that aired on Saturday Night Live last night? What's all this laughter, Patrick? Are you going to smoke a cigarette next?
As of the start of 2015, there are no 120-year-old people on Earth. There are 3 women born in 1899 who were 114, and the oldest of them, Geraldine Talley, died on June 17, 2015, shortly after her 116th birthday. The second oldest of them, Susanna Jones, died on May 12, 2016, roughly 2 months after her 117th birthday, leaving the youngest of the 3, Emma Morano, as the last living person to be born before 1900. Only 3 people survived from the 19th century, including 2 born in 1900.
As the last tomato pickler pointed out.
What?
Patrick, I haven't seen you this happy since Ennio Morricone died.
Yeah, why is he happy, George? It's like the last tomato pickler pointed out. He's thrilled because he's finding out about so many deaths at once.
New nickname,
no
The Undertaker.
one lives long enough.
That is important, Patrick.
He's thrilled.
Finish the puzzle, by the way.
I just love, as of 2015, there are no 120-year-old people.
Stop laughing at this! Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The puzzle
job,
looks
George.
great,
The
George.
puzzle looks great, George.
Do you see the braces?
Oh yeah.
Can I ask why Zach does not have eyes
Braces.
or a mouth?
Or braces.
It's just easier to draw them that way. So anyway, one of the things that's interesting.
Wait, sorry, George.
About-
We never got to your response to "Can I get some sweet and low?"
Oh, sweet and low. Yeah. What's the funny thing that Lou can say? Well, obviously his name is Lou. It sounds like low.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's one option for possibility. You could be like, "You're sweet on me, Lou."
Did you
Full
say
name, Lou?
you're sweet on Lou?
Sweet on Lou?
You're sweet on Lou. Hey, buddy, listen, no judgment. But I got a wife. Does he have a wife? Maybe that's the way you.
Let's find out. Hang on one second.
And how old is she?
Here's a question.
Does not
Is there
say.
potentially more fertile territory in him asking for equal instead? Is there more joke potential
In the
asking for
50s?
Mhm.
Dangerous
equal as a
territory.
sweetener? Equal as a sweetener. I'm looking at sweetener names. Equal.
You
Yeah.
must mean separate and equal. That kind
Well,
of
Yeah.
well,
because
that's
Lou
a joke. That's a joke that would make you think a little.
Lou's deep in that era.
Yeah. He doesn't know Goldie Wilson, the man sweeping his floors, is going to be mayor someday. He thinks that's funny.
Guys, Norman Alden, who plays Lou Carruthers, has another Wikipedia page entry on a different wiki.
This is great.
He also has a page on the military wiki.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy? I didn't even know that was a thing. He retired from acting in 2006.
To join the military?
Honestly, it does not have any military details in here. So I genuinely don't know if he's in the military.
Wait a second. Patrick, why are you laughing? Go back to that page.
Why are you laughing, Patrick?
Why are you laughing, Patrick? There's something on that page that you don't want to share with us. Yes!
Oh.
He's busting a gut at the fact that he died at the age of 87.
That is such specific information about where he is buried. He gave us the plot number and everything.
Yeah, Beth Olam Mausoleum, South Wall, Elevation 3, Crypt G-130, Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
Can we check in on him via satellite?
I'm going to see if there is a picture. Hang on one second. Now, George, something we talked about something before the show went live,
Right.
about doing something. Should we talk about that now?
I don't remember what you're referring to.
Watto, do you remember?
Nah, you're alone on this one, Patrick.
Oh, I found it. Hang on, I found it.
Found.
We were gonna instruct people to do something.
Oh, let's do that in a second. I want to finish talking about Back to the Future because I
There
want
it
to say
is.
that. I want to say this.
I'm sorry, just very quickly, George. What is this funeral called, Patrick? This cemetery, rather?
Hollywood Forever.
Oh, well, I know what Patrick likes to call it, though. The Laugh Factory. The Hollywood Laugh Factory. Because when he goes there, he laughs and laughs and laughs.
Yeah. That's where
That's
Patrick.
sick.
That's where
really sick.
Alfalfa from the Little Rascals is buried there.
And, hey, hold your laughter, Patrick. You fucking sicko.
And
Goddamn.
which is appropriate, which is that's almost topical because we are at the tail end of what I think we can safely assume is the end of the only presidency to feature the only president that will ever have starred in a Little Rascals.
It's true. It's true. Unless
I don't think it will happen again.
In 2042, we get President Bug Hall.
right as the oceans begin, right as climate change starts to become absolutely catastrophic, President Bug Hall is sworn into office.
Important question being asked in the chat. I'm confused. Is this joke week?
No.
What are you doing? Joke week's not until September 2021.
Sorry.
Okay, good. I'm glad we took the time to clarify because there was some confusion.
Now, one of the things that's another thing that's another thing that I like to think about in terms of Back to the Future, because obviously Back to the Future, people have made comparisons to how Biff in the future very much resembles Donald Trump in that he's this sleazy hotel casino developer, and he's ruined everything. But it's interesting the way that those movies have a dialogue, you know, that now in 2020 Tab is coming to an end, which means that Joe did something very different.
George, we are well aware that Tab is coming to an end. We are.
Why? Patrick, I'm sorry that this isn't Fallon Tonight. I'm sorry that we don't have those rhythms. I hope that Deadline doesn't pick up how hungry you are to be the showrunner for Fallon Tonight.
I mean, listen, there's a lot of changeover going on that show. I feel like maybe if I wanted to right now might be the time.
Just I worry that the front page of Deadline within an hour is going to be a picture of you salivating and trying to get your chompers into Fallon Tonight.
I would hate to see that. I would hate it if anyone tweeted at us a picture of that.
Also, Patrick, I want to make sure the video, if it's okay with Zach, I'd like the video of him flipping all those states to be available as a tweet. Do you think that video would be available? Would you like that, Zach?
I'd like to see that available as a tweet.
Yes, I will.
Because I feel like that would go viral. I think people would really enjoy it. It's a fun time.
I will get it sent out.
Adapted into the tweet format.
No, hang on.
Wait a second.
Hold on.
Breaking news. Strange magic pulled from Disney Plus. Patrick,
why would it be Patrick Knapsnor and not
Snack
Trick? Snack Trick would be hungry, right?
Well, it's early sources. The story is still unconfirmed.
That's true.
Yeah. I'll believe it when it says Snack Trick Knapsnor is hungry for the Tonight Show. Because Patrick Knapsnor is only interested in one thing, and that's getting
too big.
Oh, hold on.
It's too big. It's too big.
Nothing's too big for that hungry mouth. That quote's going right on IMDb, I hope, right?
Too big.
But the way that the Back to the Future
snack at all-time high amongst losers, according to new poll.
There it is. That's better.
The way that the Back to the Future films are in dialogue with history and the way that history changed, because obviously we have now aged past the point in history where the alternative future happens. We're now further into the future than Back to the Future ever dreamed.
That's true.
But also, when people first saw Back to the Future Part 2 in theaters in 1989, of course, famously a film that ends with a cliffhanger. The DeLorean disappears in the sky, and suddenly a mysterious man appears and approaches Marty McFly, and he's got, it's a Western Union. He's got a
Back to the Future. This is Back to the Future 2, George.
2, yes, I said that.
Okay.
I said Back to the Future Part 2 in 1989.
Just want to make sure.
No, it's okay, Patrick. We have time for these little diversions because we're not running on a NBC schedule. This isn't Peacock.
Well, Peacock doesn't have the time.
It feels like they do.
Wait, hang on. Zach, are you trying to kill Peacock too?
Zach, you trying to kill Peacock? Because that crazy bird will put up a fight.
I haven't yet gotten in the door at Peacock, so it's safe for now.
That can't be true.
It's safe for now.
It's vampire rules. They have to let you into their home.
To be invited in.
Yes.
Zach, have you not been on anything that's on Peacock? That doesn't.
You must be on Peacock.
I don't know. There's no way to say.
What's that? What was that show? I hate this or I hate.
Yeah, that might be on Peacock.
That might be on Peacock, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
What's it called?
Maybe.
I feel bad.
I feel bad. I knew it was something that was like my stomach hurts, or it was something that had an automatically negative connotation as a title.
Wait,
not even really.
Aren't all of the Pit TV shorts on Peacock?
I don't know if I was in any Pit TV shorts.
This says you're in the barista in 2012.
Wow. I have no memory of that.
You were too busy campaigning against Mitt Romney.
Yeah.
That's true.
We have some more fan art. Hang on one second.
So at the end of Back to the Future Part 2, this Western Union man shows up.
Patrick, is that real?
No, Zach, that's not real.
God. Look at him laughing at that.
Real. Oh my God. Look at this one. George.
Wow.
Very good.
All right, tell us about Paul Flaherty, George.
Who's Paul Flaherty?
No, Paul Flaherty was a writer. And don't cut ahead of the story. I'm not at the point where we're even dropping celebrity names.
Yep.
All right. Our president's name is Joe. And so is the man who shows up as the Western Union man. It's Mr. Joe Flaherty from SCTV and Freaks and Geeks.
Not Mr. Paul Flaherty from Muppets.
But in 1989, Patrick, are you done with whatever nervous breakdown I'm witnessing? So this mysterious man shows up. He's from Western Union. We don't know what business he has with Marty
George,
McFly.
I'm gonna be honest. I truly have no idea what you're talking about. I've lost the thread of this story. I don't know when it started.
You ever see Back to the Future Part 2?
We have to start it over.
Yes. No. Now
Do I need
remember.
to tell you the story of Back to the Future Part 2? Because I'll do it, Zach.
No. Well, unless I need it for this story.
No, I mean, Back to the Future, you understand the first Back to the Future, right?
Yeah, I've seen them all.
Okay. Back to the Future Part 2, he has to go back to the 50s again because he went to the future and
Avengers
he stole the little sports.
style.
Yeah. He stole the little because his kids, there were problems with his kids.
Right.
And then he took the little sports almanac, and then Biff ended up using it and to create a different future in 1985.
Yeah.
And so anyway, at the end of the movie, everything's been resolved. He went back to the 50s again. There's 2 Marty McFlys going around in 1955, and he solves everything, but now they got to get back to 1985.
Yeah.
The DeLorean disappears in the lightning in the sky.
Right.
Then the Western Union man shows up.
Right.
When did you see Back to the Future Part 2, Zach?
Most recently or first?
First. Wouldn't have been in theaters, right? It wouldn't have been in theaters in 1989, Zach.
Wouldn't have been in theaters. Would have been probably.
What year were you born, Zach?
Before 1989. So it could have been in theaters.
Why are you being so crazy about this?
The first movie. Well, sometimes you have to remember things, Patrick. And we have time for diversions on this. You're trying to get me to answer the question so fast. Maybe I want to take a nice slow walk to the answer.
Yeah, this isn't a Quibi, Patrick. We can go for hours.
I'm literally all I'm doing is trying to ask you a question.
Hey, if this was a Quibi, it would be long dead.
Zach, I'm just trying to ask you a question.
Okay.
He's got a big ass.
No, I didn't see it in theaters. I think I probably saw it at a birthday party or something.
All right. So it was probably in the 90s, would you say?
Yeah.
All right. So in 89, when audiences see that mysterious man played by character actor Joe Flaherty from SCTV.
Yep.
There's an aura of mystery. Who is this guy? He's got a message from the past, from the Old West, from Doc Brown. But in 1990, a television show produced by Lucasfilm would debut on cable television, a little show called Maniac Mansion. And suddenly, this mysterious man is mysterious no more. America and the world would know him as Dr. Fred Edison, the patriarch of the Maniac Mansion. And so what was this almost anonymous little mysterious cameo? Now he's America's dad. He's America's favorite scientist sitcom dad. And so now when people watch that show, it is in dialogue with not just the way these worlds have collided. Once again, the worlds of executive producer Steven Spielberg and the worlds of his best friend, George Lucas. are now in dialogue, Zach.
That's a great
I'm
story,
sorry.
George.
Wait.
It's a great story. Thank you, Wada.
I'm sorry. Was this the thing that Patrick set up that he said you talked about before the show?
No, Patrick's hearing this for the first time.
Okay.
This is fresh content.
Because the way I remember this, Patrick said we talked about something before the show, and then you started telling this story.
Right, because if we started doing the other thing, we would pivot away from Back to the Future, and we might not find our way back.
Yeah.
So
And we do that, we don't
We
get.
have to go back to the future.
We have to go back.
But this
I mean, look, if we started doing things the way Patrick wanted to, we'd be doing fucking lip sync battles.
Yeah, smash an egg on your forehead.
Asking each other what's in the box.
Ooh, I would like to do that.
Hiring improvisers to pretend that they're
Wada would be in the
strangers.
room.
Yes.
I think it would be fun to play that game.
Zach, let's go back to the question we were asking earlier.
George, what do you think is in this?
Oh,
This is
boy.
fun. This is fun.
This is fun.
Patrick, you'll love
drink?
this. This is
Is it a
Fallon
drink?
style.
This is Fallon style.
Okay,
Milk?
George.
Is it milk?
No, it's not milk. Hold on. I'm going to give you. How does it work? Do I give you a clue?
Yeah.
Give us a sip first. Let's hear the sip.
Oh, wait. You can give us clues. Wait, make this a Weiger challenge. Give us clues, and then we'll figure out what it is.
Make it
Okay.
a Weiger.
So, clue number 1. Wait, I don't really remember off the top of my head how the Weiger challenge.
Just give us clues.
You
and
just
we'll-
give clues
Okay,
and then we
so
guess.
your first clue is I'm going to give you a flavor clue. Okay,
Ooh,
it has flavor. It's not water.
Okay.
it's not Watto.
Not Watto. Not water.
Is it oh, George is gone. It's just Waddle and I now. Is it a more commonly known as a drink or a food?
Well, no. That's not how the Weiger challenge works. Weiger challenge, you can't ask follow-up questions. He gives you a hint. You lock in a guess.
You're right. Okay. Is it clam chowder?
No. Okay, clue number 2.
Wait. It's only Patrick play.
No. Everyone can go, but
Yes, Watto.
I'm going to guess it is orange juice.
okay, incorrect. You have not won the
George.
Weiger challenge.
Oh, wow.
Is it soup?
George, is it soup?
You gotta be more specific.
That's
George.
your guess?
You gotta be more specific.
Is it good soup that you like?
It is not. You have not won the Weiger challenge. Now, here's a hint. It has been sitting here for the entire time I've been here. So we're working on 2+ hours of room temperaturizing, and I'm still happily.
Is it a
drinking
nice?
down.
Oh wait, give us another clue.
So it's not clam chowder. Okay,
Makes me
another
think
clue.
It's not carbonated. Yeah.
Another clue. When you find out what it is, the bumper factory will open.
Wow. And can I just quickly say, I just remembered this is not how the Weiger challenge works.
No, it's
The
not.
Weiger challenge is he lets
you have to
other
drink
people taste the beverage, and then you try to guess what it is from the flavor. We're kind of playing pie in the sky.
Yeah,
Which is
I think that was the one I was
pie.
trying to think of. Yes.
This is more of a pie in
Gives
the
us
sky.
hints for what
It's a pie in the sky. Yeah.
So this is maybe the cherry challenge.
Yeah.
Cherry
It's
challenge.
its own thing. It's the
Okay,
only
So the bumper factory will open.
Oh, it'll open. We're gonna get a hot bumper, fresh.
A hot. Is it a oh god, is it chili?
Okay. No, it's not chili. Hot was
Is
not
it-
part of the clue. Hot was not part of the clue. You're going down the wrong path.
The bumper factory will open.
Oh yeah.
Is it tab?
It is not tab, but it is. That's the closest we've gotten yet.
George, guess.
I just need to take a break to acknowledge, and maybe we get a bumper for this, that I just drank the last of the tab.
Okay. And it might be the last tab on Earth.
Yeah. Can we just get a bumper that says it's gone now?
And
It's a simple bumper. And I'll drink the last. I'll drink. I bet I can get another like drop out of it. But it'd be great if the bumper just said, "Gone now. Bye bye."
And maybe there's a sound bite of Steve Carell and then in real life saying, "Put it on my tab."
And since you already have to list him in the credits, if there's any OJ sound you could use, he's already going to be in the credits for this episode. So
there's got to be OJ saying bye bye.
Maybe just him saying "oops."
Yeah.
Or whoa.
Maybe a whoa.
But it says whoa. I bet when he plays what's his name?
Neubert.
No,
Guys,
yeah.
Nordberg.
Nordberg.
Can I tell you guys something?
What?
Yeah.
I also watched Naked Gun 2 yesterday.
Wow.
Smell
Big
up here.
day for you.
It was a big day for me.
You got stoned, then you got juiced. Now,
Now,
George.
Hang on. There's a comment in the private chat right now. From Bryson.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, let me say something. Let me say something first. We'll address that later. Okay. George, the guess is in your court. I guessed tab. It was incorrect, but the closest so far.
I would also just like to clarify that I now want to leave, but I cannot until you get this correct.
That's what's going to happen.
Is it a soda? Is it a soft drink?
It's not a soda. How do you define a soft drink, George?
Well, not hard liquor, obviously.
Okay. So it's not hard liquor.
It's a recreational drink.
It's a recreational drink.
Often sweet, non-alcoholic. Yeah. But it's not nutrition. It's not necessarily good for you. It's a pleasure drink.
I mean, good for you. That's really kind of
healthy. Well, because like a juice isn't a soft drink. You know what I mean?
Is it healthy? Sure, I'd say it's healthy.
You'd say it's healthy. Is it a smoothie?
Nope.
But
I didn't say it was I did not say it was nutritious.
Only got one guess, George. You said smoothie.
I'm not guessing. I'm just talking. This guy's giving it away.
Zach, give us another clue.
Okay, your another clue is your another clue is let me
Zach, this couldn't be this hard.
Okay. Well, I kind of thought you guys were going to get it off of that one, so I didn't think of any other clues.
Off of which clue? The Bumper Factory one?
Yeah, I kind of thought the Bumper Factory one was going to do it.
Bumper Factory.
So
Is it a Bryson-related clue? Does it have to do with Bryson?
No.
Is it the sweat of the working man?
No. Okay, so it's very personal to me.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Zach,
no.
I don't like this. Zach.
I like this.
Tell me.
I like this.
It's not. It's
Zach,
okay. Wait.
me-
No. Sorry, I want to revise my clue because I'm not going tubing on this one.
Okay, but promise me. Politically, Zach, I'd say we probably share similar leftward leanings.
At least Pee Wee Herman was in an X-rated movie theater.
You just clarify the clue.
Strike that bumper. Strike that bumper. It didn't apply. He's not going to.
I'm not going tubing. It originally was in a can. It was poured into this from a can.
Wait, Zach, give us another clue while George is gone.
Okay.
I think I know.
Watto might be getting close.
Is it cherry juice?
Very close.
Okay.
No.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Yes.
You said it wasn't water. Does that rule out the possibility that it's a seltzer water?
No, it does not rule that out. I consider those separate categories.
Zachary?
Then I would like to place a formal guess. You already burned your guess patch.
Yeah, that was not a guess. I get it.
I would like to guess that it is black cherry flavored liqueur.
Pretty close.
I'll take it.
Oh, very good.
Wow.
Okay.
So, and then look.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
He's cherry picking.
Wait, Zach, keep going. Keep doing it.
Keep going. Oh, I thought you meant clue.
More hints.
Cherry picking.
Perfect.
Okay. So, I mean,
All right,
look,
you
you can leave now, Zach, but we should give the final round of notes on the bumper.
Yeah.
I also have one quick Zach question once we're done.
Sure.
Before he goes. Because we never went back to Zach. Wait, give your notes on the bumper. Give your notes on the bumper.
Ooh, that sounds like a great bumper. Back to Zach.
Back to Zach.
And it's two Zach Cherries, and they're back to back, kind of looking at each other. And back to Zach.
Also, Zach to the future. That's another bumper we should add right up.
Yeah. Zach, my question. We never went.
Ooh, another one. Hold on. Another one is "Baby Got Zach," and it's a baby cradling Zach Cherry.
Right. It's like a role reversal. I'm the baby.
Got
The
it.
baby
Baby
is
got
back.
me.
Yeah. Zach, we never went back to what year you were born.
Oh, yeah.
Because what year?
Well, what's the because?
I don't know who's echoing. Someone's echoing. I'm not sure who it's coming from. There's a website that does not. It has a birthday, and I don't know if it's real.
What does it say? I'm trying to get lots of misinformation out there about me.
I'm gonna call it up. This is what website is this? This is drayshare.com.
Okay. I did speak with them, so it's probably right.
Zach Cherry came to this world to his parents on November 1st, 1992 in the United States.
That's right.
Oh, okay. In 2019, his age is 27 years old. His father, name not known, is a serviceman, and his mother is a homemaker. He does not close any information about his siblings or family member to the media.
That's all right.
What's that picture?
Now, Zach, here's the crazy thing.
Patrick, did you take that picture?
I took this picture, Zach.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's funny.
That's funny.
Hey, that's Ryan Johnson who directed Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Pretty
He made
cool.
it Star Wars. Yes.
That's fun.
Surrounded by
picture.
some of New York's brightest improvisers.
Yes.
Very
In a
fun.
play-
Good picture. Nice framing, Patrick, on the picture.
I'm not,
That was a
I'm
really
not
good pick.
credited. If anyone can reach out to Drayshare and let them know to credit me, it would be really great.
I'll hit him up.
Is Drayshare Dr. Dre's rideshare service?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Zach, can we look at?
Is there any more info on there?
Yeah, there's a section called. Hang on, we'll read the whole page. Here we go. We're gonna start at the top. Look at that picture. Elizabeth Strout wrote this.
Okay.
Good pick. Good pick.
You're known for your appearance in the movie Spider-Man: Homecoming. You also appear in so many TV series like Horace and Pete, Crashing, The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Crashing, etc.
Okay, that's true. I wasn't crashing twice, so that's good.
He completes his education from middle school in the United States. He is interested in comedy from childhood. Cherry wants to become an actor, so he starts taking acting classes in high school during summer camps. After that, he takes admission to Mr. Gadd's House of Improv for improving his acting skills. He makes so many efforts in his life for achieving success.
Yeah. Well, a lot of this is just
true?
direct quotes.
Can we get fan art? Well, I want that sentence. Hold on.
This
Scroll
is
back
true.
up,
I
Patrick.
am, this
Scroll
is
back.
true. I am 5'9", 209.
He makes so many efforts in his life for achieving success. I would like some inspirational poster art, kind of like the hang in there. That's sort of like I would like some Zach Cherry art with that sentence in wonderful lettering, wonderful, just like written like it's an inspirational phrase. He makes so many efforts in his life for achieving.
And can I make a request?
Yeah.
That in this you have me standing near one of those, like when you were a kid, your parents would mark your height, and it goes up to 5'9", and I'm standing on a scale 209.
Very good.
Can we have the sentence in quotes that it says Elizabeth Drayshare, whatever her name was? Like
What?
it's a quote,
Her
a
name
direct
was-
quote from the lady?
Yeah.
I think her name was Stout.
Yeah,
This is what
Elizabeth Strout. Elizabeth Strout.
Drayshare is the website.
I know.
I was going to say maybe there are two people in the corner of the poster, like they're like far off in the distance, and they're looking and they're holding hands up like this, like they're sharing a secret, and they're saying, "He has a jolly nature."
Yeah. I would like that too.
What is Drayshare? What is this website?
I'm not sure.
So
well,
it's just
let's
sort
get
of
at
like
the
a
bottom.
culture
Let's have Mr.
website.
Drayshare and his daughter Elizabeth, and Mr. Drayshare is saying, my daughter, one day this website will be yours.
Yeah.
Zach, what is this picture from?
That picture is from. No, that's from the show You.
Oh, yes.
Uh,
You work in a bookstore.
I work at a bookstore, so I, of course, wear an apron.
Let's see. Here we go. Zach has black color eyes. He always wears specs on it. He doesn't like tattoos. He is a healthy man.
Yeah.
This almost sounds like a song. Someone should put this to music.
It sounds like a Neil Young song.
Yeah. He is a healthy man. He doesn't like tattoos. He always wears specs on it. He has black color eyes.
Can we skip to the bottom paragraph here? He loves his dad so much and always shows his love for his dad on social media.
Gotta give it up for the pop.
Has a jolly nature. He makes jokes every time. He makes jokes. That is the best sentence I have ever read to describe anyone.
Keep reading.
Once he tweeted a joke on his Twitter account that his dad gives him his debit card for buying the beer bottles, but forgot to give him his.
Now, it is interesting that that one is framed as a direct quote, and it could have just been copy pasted, but it is inaccurate.
Yeah.
That's a great joke.
Hang on, Zach. Let's ask a few questions. Did you go to middle school in the United States?
Yep.
Do you have any schooling? It says high school graduate.
Correct, technically.
Wait, what does that mean?
No, it is. That's right.
Oh, okay. Why does it say middle school in the United States?
That's true. That is true. That's true.
Yeah, what do you mean why? We just verified it.
Now, Zach, the big question. How did you make $1.5 million if your annual income is $50,000?
Yeah, start young and you invest smart.
Save your money. How did you update your girlfriend?
How did I update my girlfriend?
It said it didn't say you didn't have a girlfriend. It just said you would update her.
Well, no, I'm going to update Elizabeth about the status.
Oh, so that wasn't a reference to like you will update your girlfriend. Like
you're not giving your girlfriend a firmware update.
No.
Is it true now? The story of the beer bottles. Your dad gave you his debit card to buy beer bottles, but he did not give you the PIN number.
Yeah.
You said, Dad, I want to go buy some beer bottles.
Because I haven't had a chance to tell the story of the beer bottles in a public forum. And yeah, my dad gives me the card because I want to get the beer bottles. And he didn't give me the
Did you want beer or you just wanted the bottles?
I wanted the beer bottles.
Didn't want the beer, just the bottles.
Yeah. And so then I couldn't get the beer because you need the PIN.
Yeah.
So
did your father, was this an oversight or was he playing a prank on you?
It's hard to say with him. He's a jokester. He's always in a jolly mood.
But he wouldn't explain later did you get the PIN from him later?
No, I used cash to buy the beer bottles.
Ah, so the joke was on you.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to tell your father's intention because he makes a joke every time.
He does. It was a little bit like the gift of the Magi, you know?
Right.
Zach, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm looking at this website. I have searched at least 10 other names, and no other famous people that I'm searching have come up on this website, including Arden, both of next week's guests, a bunch of friends of the show. No one else is coming up. I don't know what this website is.
Well, that's
Drayshare?
It's probably New Jersey middle school focused.
Drayshare?
Or I guess United States. I've now given away more information than Drayshare had access to.
Yeah.
The main motto of Drayshare.com is to become the #1 portal to find the latest articles on entertainment stuff.
Zach. Look who you're sharing pages with. Look at all these people.
I'm not sure that this website is equipped to sort of write about all of the things they're taking on.
That's a heavy load of stories they have there, I have to say. I thought they did a good profile. I think they did a good profile on you. I think they did right by you.
I agree.
Because I feel like
All
they
right.
they didn't capture everything about you, but I think if I were to read that article and not be familiar with your work, I'd be interested in seeing what is this guy all about. He makes a joke every time.
Every time.
George, you don't even have a page on there, George.
I've never talked to George.
I'll let you go. I don't want to keep you any longer.
You know,
right,
I do. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say my farewells.
Yeah.
I do want to
come back anytime you want.
I do want to stick around and see the whatever that last bumper that you guys requested was.
Well, we have to give final notes on cherry picking.
Okay,
here we go. Hey, Zach, tell us about playing Jim in Irreplaceable You.
Cherry picking.
So the main thing is we got to get the seltzer in there. We need to get the seltzer in there, and it needs to be 365 grams.
I think if it's possible, when the hand picks me up, it reveals that I was holding a seltzer below, and then my hand is picking the seltzer up, and so it's kind of a double.
I thought it was also pulling your head off,
and that would be nice.
It could pull your head off and reveal the seltzer.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Bryson is saying it is so hard to animate that.
Well,
hey,
whatever's close.
Hey, man, Bumper Factory is open. I think anything's fair game.
Here's an easy one. Just a still photo of Bryson, just like this. And it just says, I give up.
All right, Bumper Factory is not open. Zach, I'll let you know when the new one comes in, and
thank you.
I'll let you see it.
Good night.
All right, thank you, Zach.
Zach.
Is AOC going to be on the after show?
Yeah, I think she's after show guest.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel confident.
Zach, I'm sorry we never got to tell you the thing that Patrick and I talked about beforehand, but you can still watch as a viewer, and if you want, you can say in the comments. And you're also welcome to drop by anytime later if you want to drop in real quick.
I'm going to get in the comments.
Great. We'll be here another few hours, so if you want to come back, you come back.
All right, I'll let you know.
Bye, Zach.
All right, goodbye.
Bye, Zach. Thank you, Zach.
Now we did make a mistake tonight. We played the Bumper Factory bumper, but in fact we forgot the rules that technically the Bumper Factory does not open until the after show, and the after show had not started because Zach was still on. It cannot be the after show if a main show guest is still on.
Right. Although I did at one point request a bumper of Bryson sneaking into the Bumper Factory during time when he's not supposed to be there.
Well, I think
we had that bumper, we could use it.
We need that bumper because that will sort of bridge some narrative gaps.
It's a workaround.
Yes, we need that bumper. But I guess if we want to formally request that bumper,
Motto, hang on one sec. George, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. Okay. Oh, and Patrick?
Yeah, George.
Thanks. Thanks for asking how I am.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. George, I feel like now Zach is gone and Arden's gone.
And we want the Bumper Factory open. Those are three things we know for a fact.
I see what you're saying. You're saying that right now we're probably in the after show.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think we need to segue over to the after show.
So right now we're in the after show.
No, we're not there yet. We need you to segue.
We're not there yet.
What do you mean?
I need you to... There's something you have to say.
I already did the thing.
No, you didn't. You thanked me for asking you how you're doing.
I said, oh, and Patrick.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But then what did you say?
Then I said, I don't know. There's not another thing that I say to start it.
No, you said for making sure I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
That's not how we get into the after show.
Look, let's just take it again. Let's get it clean.
Patrick.
Take it clean, George. Take it clean.
No, but I said thanks. You had a clean edit. I'm never going to give it to you now. You can just upload a 5-hour video in one chunk. No bumpers. Because you're being picky.
Hey, George.
I gave you your clean edit.
Hey, Watto.
George, I want to say something to you.
Yeah.
Thanks.